Yeah, baby. Here we go. Here we go. Oh! Yeah. Coach Shelton Harrison. There never be no comparison. You're live on the show. Sit back and have a listen. And that's just the way that is, baby. That's just the way that is. Yeah, folks. Well, I didn't think I'd be on here tonight. I really didn't, guys. I did not think that I would be on here tonight, y'all. Like 6 hours on a live stream? That's insane, man. I can't believe that we did it. And then we had like a regular live stream after the 4-hour fight card was over. Like, man, God dog, y'all. This was crazy. This was crazy. But I'm glad to be in here tonight. And I can promise you, I'm not staying on for longer than an hour, guys. No, I can't do it. I don't have the stamina to do it today. Alejandro Chavez Murga. What's up, man? Going on, man? We in the building. Just got off the Underrated Darkness channel. God dog. 11 people in the god doggone building already. What's up? Tristan, George, Reggie the Tree. Everybody up here in the building, guys. In the god dang on building. Yeah, Reggie. I'm working hard, bro. I'm working hard, man. Working hard. Working real hard. Man. Underrated Darkness, man. I can't call in right now, man. I had to do this live stream. God dog, my man Underrated Darkness trying to call me back. But man, y'all know what's about to go down. 11, shout out, man. LD MMAC, yes sir. I need to put that in the title, man. I need to put LD MMAC in. You know I'm going in. You know I'm going in. Y'all know what it do. Okay? You guys know exactly what it do, okay? Y'all know what it do. LD MMAC. Let me see if it'll fit. Yep, it fits. Okay. Good. London in the house. Mary Thomas is in the house. Benji's in the house. Yeah, man. We live. Sheldon Holmes. Oh, yeah. Dana White finna get that work. Dana White finna get some work, man. God dog, y'all. I don't even know how I'm doing it, man. I don't know how I'm doing it. Like, y'all, when I woke up this morning, I was dead tired. But, bruh, we got to get this work in. We got to get this in. It's time. It's time. We got to get in some serious work. First, let's cut the music, man. Let's cut the music. We got a crowd in. It's just time to roll, man. Let me go ahead and get everybody squared away. God, dog. Hey, man, I was so tired last night. I fell asleep on y'all some points, but y'all held it down, man. Y'all held it down, bro. I mean, I was out. I was out cold, man. I was out cold. Out cold to the world, okay? Man, my YouTube premium has expired. Yes, because I ain't paying for it no more. I don't know what YouTube think. I ain't paying for that no more. But, folks, we got to go in. God, dog. 36 people in the god doggone building. Oh, man. It's time. Hey, y'all. Give me a quick second. I see some people up in here. Okay. Yeah, full time. I think he was a little drunk, man. I don't know. But we're gonna talk, man. We're gonna talk. And we are keeping it clean, okay? We gotta keep it clean on the mobcast. See, y'all don't be wanting to go to the mobcast. Y'all don't ever want to go to the mobcast where y'all can get dirty, man. So make sure on the mobcast we can kind of go a little bit raw. But on this channel, unfortunately, guys, I do have a lot of at-risk youth that watch my channel, so sometimes we can't go hard. But man, let's get this work in. Let's get this work. Got some people about to come on in here in the building. If you feel free, come on in. And man, we'll get this talk going, guys. But we got to cut it off though. 43 people in the god doggone building. Man. Well, let's go ahead and get it in. Rugby Queen in the building. Okay. So guys, let's talk about this, okay? Let's talk about the double standards. Let's talk about double standards, okay? Let's legitimately talk about double standards. Double standards, what are they? What do you guys think they are? Because what happened to Khabib Nurmagomedov, that was a clear sign of double standards, okay? Guys, it was. Like, Conor McGregor can literally do nothing wrong. And it's really starting to piss me off, man. Like, okay, I understand that he's a cash cow, okay? I get it, right? We get it. We get it. I mean, good grief. Mary, I got that because I need to do one because right now I'm in a place right now where I got to do it and listen to it myself. But listen, man, listen. You know, I understand that McGregor makes money, okay? I understand he's a moneymaker. I get it. But to let the guy not even check this guy, okay? I mean, the guy, he went into a Bellator arena, stepped into an octagon, slapped the referee, okay, or pushed him or whatever he did, okay? That's not enough. You know, he took a fan's glove, stole the fan's glove, okay, ran with the fan's glove. This is a fan that's paying, okay? Let me see. Let me ask y'all a question. Blurry vision, okay? Do you guys think that all black people roll with John Jones? Do you guys think that we all roll with John Jones? Because let me tell you something. All of us black folks, we don't roll with John Jones. Not all of us. Like, you know what? I've been having so many comments about people, okay, asking me about John Jones as if, oh, because I'm a black dude, I roll with John Jones. Newsflash, I'm not a John Jones fan. I never have been. And the fact when he hit that pregnant lady, now I'm definitely not a fan. But we got to get out of, all black dudes, we're not fans of John Jones, okay? And I know why you bringing up John Jones. Oh, well, you ain't gonna criticize John because he black. No. I never liked John Jones. Never. Because he goes to the Jackson Winklejohn gym. Rugby Queen is in the building. My sister from another mom, the lovely Rugby Queen. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Okay. Okay. I'm glad you're doing good. Hey, Blurry, it's not anything, man. I'm not being mean, Blurry, and no disrespect to you, man. I promise you, no disrespect to you whatsoever, man. I just been getting a ton of people asking me about John Jones. Like, and it's getting aggravating because, I don't roll with John Jones. I don't roll with John Jones. And maybe you meant it differently, but it's been people asking me like, well, I roll with John because he's a black guy. I really don't. Okay, because I made a video. I don't even know if many of y'all know the video. Like, I made a video and I gave John Jones 1,000% of my rage. I gave it to him when he hit that pregnant lady. John Jones is sorry, PG-13 channel. John is a F up. I've already said it. But this ain't got nothing to do with John Jones. We talking about Conor McGregor's ass doing dumb stuff. Rugby Queen, your thoughts?
I feel the exact same way. I feel, it's what's happening with Khabib is obviously, like you said, a clear picture of a double standard. Like Michael Bisping, I get where he's coming from, but where was all of this? He's basically said that Khabib was a disgrace and that what he did was absolutely stupid, which it was. But did he say that about Conor McGregor? No, he
Yeah,
did
you did.
not. I don't remember. It's been so long, but yeah, but like literally, I don't know. It is a double standard, and Conor McGregor can actually do no wrong. And I don't know if you're aware of this, but there's footage being floated around now that Conor McGregor actually threw the first punch in the cage.
I can believe that.
Because what happened was Khabib jumped over, and then actually Conor McGregor tried to jump over the cage as well, and the security grabbed a hold of him or something. And Khabib's brother or cousin was trying to jump over the cage to get to Khabib. He wasn't even going for Conor McGregor at all, wasn't even looking at him. Once he got up on the top of the cage, Conor McGregor hit him with a left hook, literally. And I'm not buying that the Nevada Commission looked at the footage And they said that they saw nothing that Connor did to have his purse withheld. I'm not buying that because it's clear, crystal clear in the footage that he threw the first punch in the cage.
Okay, shout out to Blurry Vision in the super chat. Okay, my girl Alicia Zappatella will be getting this month's super chat. And Alicia, if you're watching, why don't you answer your text messages or your email so we know that you're gonna get this, Alicia? I'm just playing. Just want to see who's gonna, kind of jump a little bit, and I'm sorry about that. Okay. Hey, Mary Thomas, how you doing?
Hey coach, hey panel. I hope everyone had a good day. I did. It's fine. Everything's cool.
Mary, you sound different. You sound like innocent and sweet.
Um,
Yeah,
yeah, I took a whole day off to just sit down and actually get all my crap together.
that's okay, Mary. You're a young woman, and
Yeah.
I told you you're going. I told you you're gonna do big things. You finna do some big things. I'm telling you.
Hmm, I hope so.
It's coming. Don't worry. It's coming. You finna do some gigantic things, Mary. And right now, you've been keeping it real and tearing these people up. So what's your whole thoughts about this Khabib aftermath now? I mean, what's the deal?
Um, you know what? The fact that could be well, first of all, yesterday I was mad at both of them because first I was always mad at Connor for what he did, but I didn't think that Khabib would actually, do what he did. A lot of people didn't see that coming because they thought that Khabib knew better than Connor. They thought Khabib is supposed to be the one out of the two of them that is supposed to have more self-restraint and be more emotionally connected, more, just emotionally composed and calm and in control. That's what I'm looking for. So it's like, so to see him do that, I guess that is what set a lot of people off, and that caught a lot of people off guard. So I feel like that's the main reason why people are just jumping down Khabib's throats because they don't expect that from him. They expect it from Connor, not even because Connor's the favorite in this whole business. Even if he is, people just expected more from Khabib. He was an actual role model to people with a family to uphold and a country to represent and a legacy to build on. And just, I guess, since there was so much going for him, that to see him do that just riled people up more than how they'd see Connor do it because Connor screwed himself up a long time ago. Pretty sure not much people had hope in Connor. They did in Khabib. They looked forward to it in Khabib, and I think more people thought Khabib was gonna win and everything. So more people were proud of Khabib. So I guess it's more of a shock factor more than anything. And setting all emotions aside, yeah, I can understand why Khabib did that. I can understand, all the things that Khabib held inside of him during the build up to this fight for not to only finish Connor and everything, but that wasn't enough for him at that moment because I feel like all the times where Connor had defiled his religion and family and country and stuff, it still got to him. Connor was still in his head, even though he got his revenge. So he's a human being, He's human. He's not super. None of all of us are humans. We're not the people. He just made a mistake that night. I don't excuse it what he did, and I definitely don't excuse what Connor did. But I hope they just grow as people and move on from this. These are two grown ass men who have families
Of course, you're
and
gonna
who have
buy it
money
from.
to deal with and stuff. So, as crazy as it is, this will just be another. It's gonna be just another point line in the timeline of history, I guess.
Wow. Yeah, it's gonna be another timeline in history where Mr. McGregor he's going to He's gonna get that slap on the wrist. I mean, that's kind of what it is, And I was kind of thinking, man, they didn't even pay Khabib. He don't even get his money. And it's kind of weird. Like, okay, so this guy can slap referees. He can throw dollies through windows. He can do anything he wants to do. Okay, and it's like, okay, well, we just worried about the next fight. And then I think Mary, I don't know if it was you or somebody sent no, it was Dennis Espinoza. He sent a thing from Dana White, and them they already talking about making a rematch. So we know that this was about the money. So they're gonna do an investigation, and I guess if that investigation comes up, whatever negative or whatever, then Khabib will possibly get his money. But they're trying to arrest the guy, and people saying, "Oh, well, it's okay because Conor he didn't press charges. I mean, he's not pressing charges." But what if Conor decided to press? That would have been the ultimate nail in the coffin. Like
Mm-mm.
the UFC, they really do, and now it's time to address it. They've got a big culture and racial issue in the UFC. That's it. They do. They got to do something. They don't want to address it. The UFC, when somebody say something racial, they don't want to say nothing. Like I give you an example when Joanna, she said the whole go back to the jungle, or when she was in the Asian restaurant, she took her eyes and made slants with her eyes. The UFC chose not to say anything about it. They just let it go. Oh well, fighters say mean things all the time. Colby Covington with the whole Brazilian, filthy animals. They chose not to address that. Platinum Mike Perry chose not to address that. Kept it quiet. And now this. Conor McGregor made all kind of statements about his culture, his heritage, chose not to say anything about it. So now this is what happens when you just have a big blow up like this and things happen. See, this is what happens when they choose not to address anything, or they just don't want to get involved because it'll hurt their bottom line. Well, I mean, good grief, man, good grief, this is crazy. It's crazy. You can't come on here, man, and talk about people coaching and then think that somebody ain't gonna want to whoop your ass. You can't say it, and people can say whatever.
Mm-mm.
Oh man, you bringing up this race thing, but it's a problem in the UFC, and we can't. Even I'm gonna tell you how you know it's a problem. Even people like Chael Sonnen, God bless Chael Sonnen, because I don't agree with nothing that buffoon says. But even he was saying that the UFC they've got a problem, and this is a big issue. It is an issue. So, man, I don't know. I don't know how you cannot see it, but they better do something. They better get like I don't know. They better start having these fighters go to, like courses or whatever, or just like PR moves on what to say. Because trash talking is good, but there is a line even in trash talking where a fighter they're not gonna take it. Like there's just a certain line you don't cross. Like I felt when Joanna was really going in on Rose's mental health, I thought she was crossing the
Mm-mm.
line. If she was crossing the line. Same thing with Conor McGregor. He crosses the line every time you turn around. He crossing the line. You know, that's all he do is cross the line. But he never gets checked for that. Never, never gets checked for anything. And we got another one. We got what? And I'm still wondering how John Jones even walking. I'm wondering how people even talking John Jones because he can do whatever he want to. It's these standards, man. The people with the UFC that make the money, they don't do anything to them. They choose not to do anything to him. Brock Lesnar, same thing. He can do whatever he want. But that's just how it is. God, dog, it's
I
bad.
I'm not.
just I just really hope that you like I don't know if they will, but I just really hope that the UFC, looks at this as a wake up call and they move forward and actually start being consistent with their condemnation of this kind of behavior. Because this is why this crap keeps happening. This is why all this chaos happens because they're letting a fighter get away with doing all of this crap. And then these other fighters are thinking, well, if he can do that, then I can do that. And Dana White, he's irritating me so bad. Like, he's basically, like, he's already talking about stripping Khabib. Like, if he
Mm.
does that, that will just pretty much, so, really, I'm trying to think how to put this. That would just really make the UFC a complete joke. Like you let Connor hold on to that belt for about 2 years, but then you're already talking about stripping Khabib already. Like that's ridiculous.
Well,
Like the double standard is definitely real right there if he strips him.
and he was even reluctant to try to, he was like, well, I'm not gonna put the belt on you. Nope, this crowd gonna erupt if I put the belt on you. Well, they were
But if
already,
Connor asked him to do it, he would do it.
yeah, he'd have done it, and the crowd was already pretty much in a frenzy anyway. So yeah, what there was nothing else. I mean, they couldn't get more worse than what they already was. So, he didn't want to give the guys belt. Now they don't want to pay him. I mean, he won the fight. Pay him his money. That's fine if you want to fine him some of it, but pay him his money. It's crazy, man. It's crazy.
And I will say I'm not on board with what Khabib did. That was ridiculous. I was just really like disappointed too. So I'm just like, it's like you just, like, because I wanted to see like I wanted to see the post fight, the post fight interview. I wanted to hear what he had to say. I wanted to hear what Connor had to say, and all of that. It's just, it's very unfortunate, but it's like, what they need to draw the line somewhere. They need to draw the line at this point because it's just, it's gonna get
I'm looking at like how you jump out of the cage and jump into an audience and then you get your ass kicked while you're out there. Like that's just crazy. You won the fight, but then you take an ass whooping after you won your fight. Like
That defeats the whole purpose
it's
of the
stupid, man.
fight.
And they were getting him. They were tagging him, man. I mean,
I
like you,
saw it.
I'm like you jump right into the lion's mane. You jump right there, and I mean, man, they was wailing on him, man. I'm like, what? Like, did y'all even see Khabib face after they got done? And it's like stupid. Like, the guy don't even think. Like, what the hell? Like, did some of those bears, man, slap him upside the head too many times? I mean, what was he thinking? Damn, Khabib. Come on,
It was
man.
because of his emotions. That's all it was. It was just his emotions.
See,
Stupid, but hmm.
I see why. I know why he pissed. See, Khabib, he'd have been better off, man, just like really talking behind that microphone. See, this was the time for him to really give it to Conor McGregor. Like he could have been like, see, Dana, see, you hyped up this dude, you hyped up this little big mouth short midget. You hyped him up, and guess what happened to him? I got in there and I beat the hell out of your boy. See, Khabib could have took that route, but dude doing a WWE cross body slam into the crowd, and then you had like 10, 15 people stomping him, punching him in the head. And then security had to dig in, man. They had to go into that crowd. They had to pull Khabib out of there. And then, Conor McGregor thought he was slick. They went in there and they started whooping Conor's ass. So both of these two, Conor got it twice as bad. He got beat up in the fight, and then he got like jumped. But this whole thing was a disaster. It was a fiasco, man. It was a
Yeah,
fiasco, man. It was a
that's a good word.
fiasco. Man, I don't know, PK, man. I don't know. I think throwing a dolly, man. See, I'm gonna tell you what it is, okay? Dang, man, what did Benji say? God, dog, Benji said something. Hold on, man, you timed out my boy. What'd he do? Yeah, PK, yeah, you can't block him for that, man. That's an opinion, man. Come on, man. He thought Conor Cross. He thought Khabib. That's an opinion. Yeah, I don't block people for an opinion that's because he ain't racist, so I'm good. Me and Pete, me and he. Okay, you just timed him out. Ooh, man, yeah, that's not good. I'm gonna have to, I'm gonna have to make Benji.
Enjoy!
Yeah, I'm gonna have to make Benji a mod, man. But what was I saying, man? What was I saying? Yeah, see, he threw that PK. He threw that dolly, man, and you don't know he could have hit the bus driver. The bus driver he was trying to pull off, man. You don't know he could have crashed. It was people all around the bus. It was people trying to usher the buses out. Those people, man. Those people could have got killed, man. People literally could have got killed. Ray Borg, got hit in the eye. Michael Chiesa got messed up. And Rose Namajunas nearly got hit. I mean, man, it's Conor McGregor, this dude. And then you know what? Oh, and to kind of take it on back, Khabib got a case, man, dude. Whoever let Conor McGregor in there, okay? They had to know why he was coming in there, right? They had to know. They know him and Khabib don't like each other, so they let Conor in there with all these people now. These 20 or so people, some people say 20, some people say 40. It was a lot of people in there with him, and they doing this melee like a bunch of thugs, man. I don't know about that, man. That's crazy, man. That's crazy to me. And he hit that bus, man. Nah, that's I don't know, cause he tried to hit Khabib with a dot. First, they tried to hit him with a barricade. Like they tried to hit him with this big barricade. They threw it through the window. You don't even know if a child would have been on the bus. If maybe some of those fighters had their kids. You don't know. Conor McGregor didn't think, man. At least Khabib, he didn't jump into the crowd where the fans were at. He jumped and he went in the direction of Conor McGregor's people. So I mean, if I want to put it in that area, I don't know, man. I think what McGregor did was a little bit worse, in my opinion. Okay, and that's just my humble opinion.
It was worse. You're
It
right. I mean, it
was.
is worse. I just had a really funny, crazy thought though. How would this situation be handled if it were Joanna and Valentina?
Oh, I'd make 1,000 videos on this.
I don't know.
I mean, that depends. Well, actually, no. I don't see Valentina. I don't see how Valentina having the lack of emotional control. It probably would have been Joanna, but I think Joanna would have been Khabib, and then Valentina would have been Greg. Like, not as far as the losing part. I just mean the post fight melee part. Like,
I don't even think Joanna that stupid.
Yeah, one thing I can say about the Hey Mary, Hey Rugby Queen,
Hey.
what's going on? One thing I can say about the ladies is they the vast majority of the time they don't stoop to stuff like this. Even Joanna.
you know what I really think it is, and no offense at all. Like, this is like the least offense ever when I say this. It's probably just the testosterone, probably.
Yeah, man, I gotta agree with that. Cause you got two fighters that they amped up. All these guys want to do is just fight. That's it. That's all they want to do is fight. Okay, and women, they're a little bit more in control. I'm gonna tell you the worst that I've ever seen that even got close to it was when Chris Cyborg went out there and slapped Angela McGuire. Like, she slapped the spit out of Angela McGuire. That's the closest we've ever gotten to somebody rolling up on somebody. But the women are usually a little bit more composed. I mean, you even had Amanda Nunes at one point. You kind of thought she was gonna roll up on Kat Zingano, but she didn't do it. They were getting tense, But nah, the women are not gonna do that. They ain't gonna do it. Not even Joanna, with all her infinite wisdom, she just not gonna do something that stupid. So,
There
could you?
were times I thought when was it Claudia and Joanna, those pre-fight press conferences for the second fight for them, man, those two wanted to throw down, especially
Oh, I could see
Claudia.
Claudia doing that. I could see Claudia pulling a Khabib. I could see
I
that.
could
Claudia's
see her
just
doing it.
fiery. She's really fiery. She's
She
very
is.
physical
Well,
with her stuff.
She tried to take a shot at Joanna when they did a face-off one time, for their second fight, and Dana had to get between them.
yeah, that's about as far as it went. I mean, and we saw Janice Gomez. Janice got close to it. She almost started. Well, Janice damn near started a riot when she was fighting Kay Demented. She started a riot, but it still didn't go to that level. Janice was just outside giving the crowd dap after she, choked out Cade and then got in Cade's face and started cussing at her and stuck her middle fingers up at her. Yeah, that's the only other person I can think about. But yeah, so I wonder what could be punishment. I wonder what they really gonna do to him. Like, I mean, what do you guys
I
think?
I I really think I I really think he's going to get stripped. I really hope he does not, but I think he's going to end up getting stripped. And then they'll probably have Tony Ferguson and Conor McGregor fight for it.
I hope
And
not.
that's what I think will happen.
Nah.
And another thing, though, here, Khabib,
Hold on,
I
hold
don't
on.
even think Khabib cares if he gets stripped. Because he was saying, I don't care if I get arrested, put the belt on me, like I'll, he basically at that point just did not care. At
She
this
was
point, I don't even
suicidal.
think he cares.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't know if he can. Keith, yeah. Shout out to Keith Brown in the building. Yep, you can join the panel. Shoot. Let me send out a link. And guys, don't forget, okay? Cause I know a lot of y'all come to this stream and you have fun, but come get this work mobcast. Cause some of you guys are reluctant to come there. Cause you can show out there. You can kind of show out. You can show out, guys. You just can't show out too much on this channel. And because we try to keep it as semi clean as we can here. We got some
Man,
little.
could you
Like I
imagine the
said, he doesn't care because he already proved his point. He beat Conor McGregor, like he said. So I think at this point, he doesn't even care what happens to him.
Yeah, he don't really care.
He's 27-0, and if he's gone, then if he leaves and he's done, regardless, he retired as the undefeated champion.
Yeah. Uh,
So
let's just hope he don't get stripped.
I
That's
hope he doesn't.
Yeah. I feel like Khabib is like anybody. When you get pushed to a limit, no matter how steadfast you are, any person would do something outrageous just because the emotions. Like I said before, Dana White is supposed to be the principal of this whole school, and he's letting Connor, who's the cool kid, like it's like yeah, I've been bullied as a kid. I was, my family's poor. I didn't always have the best clothes. I didn't always have the nicest pair of shoes. I got what we can afford what we needed, and that's how Connor. He's that popular kid. He's picking on Khabib because he's not the popular kid. He's kind of like yeah. You're not.
the
Yeah,
hell is that?
I don't know.
You just sit back and let it just run rat shot over anything. I mean, like what if this was somebody else who is doing that, saying that talking that old all that junk to another fighter, especially if it's like somebody talking junk to Conor. He was saying no, he can't say that to Conor. He should say it to Conor, but Conor was saying it to that same person, and then the whole Dolly thing. I think anybody should say something about that. Is Rose, Ray Borg, Michael Sheds. I mean, they should speak out. Say, you know what happened was, Connor, he probably settled. Rose don't want to talk to him, but I know he probably gave them a little money. To hey, he can't like keep everything to yourself. Be quiet, don't say anything. You know, especially Thug Rose. She's a champion. I mean, if Rose said something about it, would there be an issue?
I mean, who 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 knows? If it'd be like if she said some Rose don't have no pull power. I mean, to be honest, there's only a few fighters that they're gonna actually listen to, and Conor McGregor and Ronda Rousey are the two that they could pretty much do whatever they want to do. Like they can. People like
They're the
Khabib,
cool kids.
the Valentinas, the Cyborgs, they can't really do what they want to do. Amanda Nunes, they can't do what they want to do. Like,
Oh, she
you know,
definitely do.
they can't. And if they come in there demanding, even Valentina, if they come in there demanding, hey, I want you to do this, this, and this, they're going to look at them like, no, just shut up and fight. Yeah, wait a minute, who are you?
And
You know, that's what they're going to say. That's what they're going to say. It's just
and
how it
J
is.
Would strip them.
and JJ after she turned down the fight in November, that should have clicked wise in your head that you are not that important anymore. Even though hey, we can still use you, you're not that important. Like I said before, those titles you only rent them; they're not yours. Anytime they want, look after Nico. They can take it away from you. Look after Connor when he wasn't fighting because he was sitting on Mayweather money and running wild. They took his titles. I mean, just think about it. You're not that important to them. They can always find somebody else to take your place.
Hey, see, Camel, Rose my champion. Oh, she my champion, Camel, because she beat Joanna. She beat the hell out of Joanna. That's my
Yeah,
champion.
man.
That is my
Hey,
champion. Yeah.
anybody see that a video
And there's nothing you can say
from
about it,
Haha
bro.
Davis?
That's a fact.
Anybody see, anybody see that video for about Haha Davis? We showed that part where Ronda Rousey getting beat by Man Nunes. I ain't speak no English. Ronda Rousey.
Yeah,
That is
man.
just
So much fun. All right. Well,
yeah.
yeah, Tease
Well,
Tube said it good, though. He said the bus attack is the only reason this fight happened. Conor was going to get railroaded by the UFC if he didn't take this fight. No, he wasn't. Listen,
Real.
he kind of had
No,
his money.
he made money.
He was contemplating retirement. I mean, to be honest, Conor McGregor
Yeah,
was contemplating retirement. He really wasn't thinking about coming back, and
yeah.
he decided to come back. I mean, Conor probably out of that 100 million, and he made more than 100 million. Really, he probably
Yeah,
still got about 40, $50 million left. I mean, after everything,
because
the lawsuits and everything he had to pay, Conor probably keeping 40 million of that right now. That's enough money for him to just go on about his merry way. And he was thinking about it. He even said he was. I don't know if I want to come back. I mean, hell, would you? You made $100 million+ payday to come back and what? How much you make this fight? I mean, what? Like what? 8 million,
Like
6 million? I don't even know. I don't know how much
out
money he made.
like 5 million,
and,
6 million, something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man, come
and,
on, come on.
and then he UFC because they gotta get a cut. They gotta get their taste out of because they let them fight because he has to break out his contract with them to fight Mayweather. They got a cut, and that's why they let him do what he wanted. They probably got a cool 30, 40, 50 million out of the whole thing, if not that much. A little
Yeah,
side pocket for Dana White
probably.
for his jets, his limousine, his green girls and strippers and hookers, all that stuff.
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
yeah. Well, they asking for a rematch, and McGregor don't want to take a tune-up. Now that part of Connor, I can like it because he could have came back in. He could have took a weak fight. He could have took a very weak fight and then fought Khabib, but he chose to go right to Khabib. And well, you got fighters right here, right now that won't do that. So I gotta
Yeah.
on that aspect, I gotta give him some props. Like, dang, okay, you coming in, you're not taking on the number 3 person. You taking on the roughest, the craziest dude in the whole division in Khabib Nurmagomedov. Like, I respect him for wanting to take them tough fights. I just don't respect the other dumb stuff that he do outside. But hey, hey, he ain't ducking too many fades. I mean, but we know who is ducking fades. I mean, we got a whole roster. I can give you a laundry list of fade duckers. But
Oh yeah.
I gotta say it ain't McGregor. You know,
Yeah. I give him a
Yeah.
great credit too. Man, for one, even with Mayweather in the boxing gym, he could have went to somebody else and fought one of them, but he went straight to Mayweather. Yeah, and then my thing is man, I see that Conor McGregor he got hired and all that, but man, but maybe he do need to take a tune up, but he want to get right into it though, just to get his confidence right and get his ability back right and everything, because he ain't win a fight since 2 years ago with who was that, Eddie Alvarez? Yeah.
yeah. I mean, yeah, he ain't fought since Eddie Alvarez, and he knocked out. That's 2 years. Came in ring rust, but I'll give him that. That he's not afraid to take a fight, which I can appreciate. But no, no, that Dolly incident, man, nah, that just left a sour taste in my mouth. That just left a sour taste. And these people defending Conor McGregor, they know that this guy is a loose cannon. Okay, I honestly think Conor McGregor, I think dude made, they call it punch drunk, but I actually think he got like some CT syndrome, some concussions, and I think that his brain, I
Mm-mm.
think it's something wrong with his brain. Shout out to my man Jorge in the super chat. Super chat, super
You,
chat, super chat, Jorge, the man, the miracle, the legend. Shout out to Jorge today. But I think,
you
I
know,
think,
that's sorry.
go ahead, Mary, go ahead, Mary.
That's like the one thing at all that we can give Connor is that he is definitely not proven to be a ducker. Like he's proven to not be a ducker. I mean, because at least if he gets his ass whooped really bad by somebody, he just goes back straight to them and still wants a piece of them rather than just trying to work his way around it. He would just try to find a loophole to actually, what Connor is? I feel like he has fight OCD as well. Because when he lost to Nate Diaz, he literally got some dude that supposedly fights just like him for months before rematching with him again. That takes dedication and that takes a lot of focus, actually. I feel like Connor does have a lot of tools that he could as a fighter, but him being the person that he is outside of the cage is screwing everything up that he has built for himself professionally when he's in the MMA business. And it's like I'm not sure what he wants to do about that. If he really thinks that that's something that doesn't need to be changed, because it does. But as a fighter, like I respect them as a fighter, and I respect Khabib too as fighters. But just outside of the cage, they need to learn to not be stupid.
These people, man, what people like Conor McGregor gonna do? See, they gonna have these mental problems from getting hit in the head so much. And I'm telling y'all, man, he do a lot of irrational things, man. This guy been taking shots in the head. You gotta remember, he been boxing, he been doing mixed martial arts training for like most of his life, most of his adult life. And I think Conor McGregor is showing some of those signs of people that's got that CTE, that's doing all this crazy stuff, and it's irrational. I don't even think Conor know why he do some of the dumb stuff he do. I don't even think he knows why. I think he just do it because really he irrational. But they gonna cover it up, man. They gonna support this guy. This guy gonna hurt somebody. He gonna kill somebody, and then oh well, we should have checked him then. We should have checked him. Well, it's gonna be too late. I'm telling him, people like him, John Jones. We can throw
Hmm.
Brock Lesnar into the mix. We can throw them
Kobe
guys.
Covington.
Them guys. They gonna hurt somebody. Like they gonna do something. They're gonna hurt somebody, and then when people's lives are at stake, then people gonna wish that they would have took it seriously. Like I'm sitting here calling out Kobe Covington. I'm like, yo, them Brazilians, they tried to kill him. They were trying to kill Kobe Covington. They were outside his hotel room. This was a secret location. They found it. They were trying to climb the walls to get to his room. They were climbing the walls, okay, with knives and machetes trying to kill Kobe Covington. Some of them
Damn.
dudes had pistols. Like they were literally trying to kill this guy. And the UFC didn't see a problem with that. They thought it was a big joke. They were laughing about it. Ha ha ha. You know, Kobe Covington could have got his ass killed. See, they need to put it. They need to check these dudes. They need to check these dudes because these ain't street dudes, y'all. Kobe Covington ain't no street dude. Let me tell you something. In the real world,
Mm-mm.
he talk about that nerd bash. Let Covington go into the hood and go slap somebody. Kobe Covington ass gonna get killed. Conor McGregor is not a street dude. He not a street dude. I know plenty of street dude. McGregor ain't no street dude, okay? McGregor will go somewhere. He gonna do something to somebody. Somebody gonna put a bullet in this dude, and they gonna put several bullets in him. You mark my words. Khabib is a street dude. He grew up in there. To them, this wasn't about. Okay, this was not about. This was actual a fight. See, this is what Khabib do. That's how he grew up fighting, man. They grew up like, nah, you just didn't fight. You go in there and you finish the job. That's just how it is. But see, admit it, some of these fights they try to make you think they were street dudes. Man, I can tell you right now. I can tell you some of these dudes. You take them to the hood and you let them get around some of the real man. Them guys will fall apart. Like Platinum Mike
Like,
Perry, that's another one. He ain't no street dude. Platinum Mike Perry's a bitch. They ain't no street dude.
yeah. like,
Those
like,
These some
Russians are
hoes.
yeah,
they
These
are
some
no
hoes.
joke.
yeah.
These
Like
are
Them
some
back in the
hoes.
Russians
day
are
was
no
the
joke.
was it? Remember y'all remember? Oh, was it Plaxico? What's the game? He used to play the Giants. He's walking around with a gun, goes to the club, get shot in his own gun, would buy his own gun, and go to prison for 2 years. I'm like this. This is like this. When you go to college, you're no longer in the hood. Now you might still have that whole hood mentality in your head, but once you get your education, you get a chance to go to college. Most hood dudes don't think you're hood anymore. You say, "Hey, now you're in those books now. Now, you're not like us anymore." He's
You
from
know.
the streets, and if anything, he knows the streets are watching. Connor does know that. I know Connor came up hard. He came up living off of food stamps, and his story was like it's a story of what a poor man can do. It makes good, but he has forgotten that now that he's now a millionaire, and he forgets that. You know what? You don't keep eyes in the back of your head. Somebody's gonna put a something in your back.
But see, the thing with it is he grew up poor. But Conor McGregor was active. They had him, man. His parents had him in sports, so he wasn't really doing the stuff that street people. He wasn't doing that stuff, man. Conor wasn't doing all that stuff, man. Conor was out there. They had him in sports programs. They had this dude learning how to box. So man, he don't know nothing about no street codes. Conor McGregor gonna go somewhere. He gonna get his ass killed, and then people gonna be like, oh man, they shouldn't have done him like that. Like you had Chael P. Sonnet, his goofy self talking about man, this is really wrong. Connor was exhausted, and they start beating him up and punching on him, and see, that's not, no, there's no honor in that. And honor? Wait a minute, whoa, whoa, whoa. See, Chael, this is what I want to get on them about. What you mean honor? So I guess there was no honor in throwing a dolly, because first Conor McGregor tried to pick up a barricade. Okay, he tried to pick that up. Somebody stopped him from taking the barricade and throwing it through the bus, because he tried to. Then he ran over. Then he picked up a dolly. Wait a minute. With Khabib, I mean, he in a bus. He in a closed location. I mean, he can't defend himself within the bus. I mean, y'all see how small that bus was? Just imagine if Khabib, he threw it right at Khabib's window. If Khabib wasn't smart enough to like get up and move out the way, Khabib could have got hit. Ain't no martial arts finna help you on a closed bus. No, you gonna get hit by the dolly.
Mm.
I mean, Ray Borg, they martial artists. Michael Chiesa, they got hit by glass. They can't dodge that. This ain't no cartoon. This ain't Dragon Balls. Hold on, man. This ain't Dragon Ball Z. I mean, you're not dodging stuff. You're not finna transform. No, your ass gonna get hit with the dolly. That's real talk. So, for Chael to take up for Conor, no, Conor got what was coming to him. They went in there, they went in that octagon, and they whooped his ass. That's what you do to somebody who talk too much. That's what you do. Oh, he got
Man,
jumped. He got
I,
jumped.
I was
No,
happy.
his people got jumped. Connor got jumped, but they tried to do the jumping. They the ones started with the jumping. They the ones tried to jump him. Crazy,
Mhm.
man. Crazy. It's stupid, man.
And,
Man,
and
with
like I say,
Conor.
go ahead.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh,
Go ahead, Keith.
yeah, yeah, man. I ain't gonna lie, cause I'm not no Conor McGregor fan. I was so happy when he lost that fight, when he got on chucked out and everything, man. But I mean, Khabib definitely ain't had to do what he did. I mean, I seen the anger and I can understand his point of view, but that was me. I would have just talked the trash too. Like, yeah, man, I beat the guy who was talking about my culture and my dad and everything. I want to see how I feel that he got his ass whooped. You see, and I bet he ain't liking that feeling now. I did what I had to do. Let's see what he about now. He's humble him up a little bit.
I,
He probably ain't gonna humble up, bro. But
yeah,
that's what I would say though.
And if I'm Khabib, man, I'm
I
finna
would have
milk
talked
this.
ass trash.
If I'm Khabib, I'm
yeah. I
finna
say
milk
like,
this, man. I'm gonna milk this for everything. I'm finna
yeah,
be all over social media. Every day is a different post. I'm gonna be making memes. I'm gonna make Conor McGregor sit there, and I'm
yeah,
gonna, I'm gonna make that man die spiritually. I'm gonna have him dead because he gonna be so itching
yeah.
to make this fight again. So itching to make the fight again that Conor McGregor gonna be sitting up there. He gonna be dreaming about me at night. He gonna be dreaming about getting tapped, choked out, or neck cranked. He gonna dream about that, man. I'm talking about it's gonna be crazy, crazy, crazy,
I mean,
crazy. But
it'd be like this. Say like it'd be like you say, hey, it'd be worse experience. You be in prison. You know,
yeah,
being in prison be a bad thing for you. Imagine me when I put my hands around your neck again.
yeah, that's yeah, man. So okay, let me ask Ruby Queen and General African American. Y'all kind of jump in, man, cause I don't want y'all to overtalk, man. But so okay, we'll move on to the next topic here in a minute. But let me get y'all final thoughts on this whole situation. Okay, Mary, Ruby Queen, General African. Let me get y'all final thoughts. Who want to go first?
Um, I guess I will.
Go
Yeah.
for it.
Yeah, my main issue with most of these fighters is why they think just because they train so well in fighting as a profession and in martial arts that all of a sudden they think they can just use that on any random person in the street or use that as a pass to do crazy stuff. Like being a martial artist, is also about disciplining yourself. And for you to not do that, for you to be a martial artist and not discipline yourself is a complete contradiction. Conor McGregor is a walking contradiction, you know. And Khabib, for the most part, no, not for the most part. Actually, most of his career, he seemed pretty composed and everything. Just that one night. So, I mean, I don't. I'm not gonna get on Khabib anymore. But Conor definitely is a walking contradiction. I'm not sure what it is. Maybe it's what you said, coach, about him taking shots to the head. He's punch drunk, drugs, he's drugged up, drunk. I don't know. But a lot of times, these fighters, They really think that because they're physically built for this stuff that's in the cage, where there's a referee to save you and a corner to back you up and stuff, that they think it's the same way out in the world. And it's really not. You're stupid if you think it is. You are downright crazy if you think that is. Just really come out to the hood, just come out to the hood and really challenge somebody where there's no referee, no TKO stoppage. If you getting your butt whooped, you getting the full butt whooping. If somebody's really giving you the business, you are just gonna have to get rattered, tattered, and battered, and nobody's gonna stop you. There's no referee there to go, stop, stop, on account, judge scored this, blah blah blah, to ticket. Like none of that. Like you're just gonna lie there on the edge of consciousness, on the edge of your life, fighting for your life, and you'll be lucky if an ambulance shows up. It's just real BS how these people, they get such a huge egomaniac complex from this. It shouldn't be that way. Just fighting should be fighting. It's a profession. You leave that in the cage. Leave it in the cage. Do not bring it out there with you. It can be your heart. It can be your passion. Don't let it be your downfall. Don't let it consume you. Don't use it for bad, basically. Just don't be don't be a S head. Like don't I don't know what how else to put it. Just stop thinking just because you're a fighter that you can F with people. That's
I'm sorry.
It's weird not hearing you actually use the actual words, but we know we got to keep it clean on
Whoa,
here. But yeah.
he's been holding back. Yeah.
Just this time, man. I might have to when we get a little to the late hours. I might, as long as I ain't using, I might have to come off of it because Mary working too hard. Jeez, man.
It,
God Almighty.
it takes
Well,
a lot of concentration.
okay, my girl, good tar babe. Your final thoughts on this before we move on to the next topic.
Um. This, all of this really, it ended the way this all ended. It ended the way it started. Dana White he promoted violence for this fight, and therefore it ended that way. What needs to happen right now is moving forward. Dana, like, I know he's got his cash cows, he has his fighters that make him a lot of money, but it's at the point now he's gonna have to start, like I said, he needs to be consistent in his condemnation of this behavior. If you're going to punish one fighter for doing this, you need to punish all of them, because it's at the point, because if he keeps playing the favoritism game here and letting certain fighters get away with stuff, this is how it's going to end. You're going to continue having these riots and brawls happening when there's a major fight that happens. He's going to have to start down and giving some more discipline, instead of just letting certain people just run wild and let them do whatever they want, because he needs to put his foot down. It starts there. And like I said, I'm not condoning what Khabib did. One of those people, he's from that part of the world. They don't play that game, the dishonoring of religion and, talking about someone's family. He's from that part of the world. They don't play around with that stuff. And it wasn't right what he did, but just, you know, what he's all about, and, the part of the country that he's from, where knowing that they don't mess around with that. I understand where he's coming from, and I could understand his rage and stuff. And he has a really good point about, like, he apologized, to Dana and the commission, but he made a very good point. But what about all the crap that Conor McGregor has done? Like, you've given him a pass for doing all this stuff, a slap on the wrist. But I'm being reprimanded for this one incident. It starts there. He needs Dana start being consistent in his condemnation of how he punishes fighters, what they're being punished for. It starts there. He can't just let them get away with all this. So that's my thoughts on it.
Okay, my main man, the general, the legend, General Africa.
What's going on, man?
Your final thoughts before we move on to Felice Herrig.
So, man, I mean, the UFC has bungled this. They bungled it. Dana White has bungled it. I came down a little bit hard on Khabib yesterday, but you know, if I was in that situation, I don't, and I was overcome with emotion. I might have done the same thing. I didn't. I don't want it for Khabib. I'm not going to say I'm a huge fan of him, but I do respect him. Think he's a great fighter, and I just know how now he's going to get. He's not going to get a slap on the wrist like Conor McGregor did. Now they're going to come after him. Hopefully, uh, Khabib has enough support where they're not going to like just totally screw him over when it comes to the money. If they suspend him or strip his belt, that'd be absolutely ludicrous. And I think there should be a huge backlash from fans in regards to that. Like I said, Dana White and the UFC, they was putting this stuff, Connor's attack. And I want to add a quick thing in. I agree that I think the Dolly incident was worse. Um, they both shouldn't have done it, but I think that was worse. I mean, Khabib jumped in and he tried to get smoke with the people that he had a disagreement with. Conor McGregor just showed a reckless lack of understanding, empathy for whoever was on the bus, and it could have gone bad. Anybody bring this up? What if they accidentally like ran over somebody, ran over one of the guys throwing stuff at it? It's just completely ridiculous. I don't know where Conor goes from here. I don't really care. Uh, it is what it is, man. It is what it is with that. Conor gets a slap on the wrist, and it's like, I said this in my video. It's like if I was in Khabib's shoes, he might not completely understand. Like, when it comes to the media is different over here. That's what we had to explain to a lot of people. A lot of brothers, sisters in the UK, they get it, but they don't like this is the Mecca over here. So the media is just so much more prevalent over here. And somebody coming over here from this country, from a different land, they might see somebody like Dana White, like, oh, well, I guess they're putting in commercials, they're putting in promos. Maybe this is okay for me to do this, and he does it. I don't know. I wasn't in his head, but he shouldn't have done it. But I understand it, man. It's just ridiculous the atmosphere the UFC has created, and somebody needs to pay in the UFC. I'm getting tired of people attacking people's culture, attacking people's race. You know what I mean? Now they're going after people's religion, and it's sick. And the UFC promotes this skinhead culture.
Hold on, one thing though, if the bus really did run over one of the dudes throwing stuff at it, that's their own fault. They did that to themselves. No one told them to go down there, go join Connor's drugged out crazy self and go start ambushing a bus full of people who have nothing to do with Connor and Khabib's beef. If they go out there and get ran over, that's dang sure not nobody's problem but theirs.
Yeah, I'm not.
Just
I'm not.
like
I'm not,
if
I'm not saying that would be their fault. I'm not disagreeing with you on that. And actually, in some states, you commit a crime and there's a murder takes place, you get charged with it. Now, I don't think that would happen to them, but if that were to happen, but yeah,
True that. Okay, guys, we're going to the next topic. We can come back and if people want to request it. But okay, guys, we're getting into an hour into this. I'm about to say telecast. This is a stream. Uh, okay, Felice Herrig. Just real quick, want to touch on her, and I put the photograph of her on the screen for a reason. Okay, and a lot of y'all probably know why I chose this photograph of Felice. I could have chose any photograph I wanted of Felice Herrig, but I chose this particular photograph because this is kind of summing up what Felice Herrig is about. She's a decent fighter, but this kind of stuff, if you Google the name Felice Herrig, this is what you're gonna see. Like these are one of the first photographs you see. And when I see a fighter that's got more provocative photographs than actually fight posing photographs or fights that you can see, then I know that we're on our way to just not reaching a level of greatness that we should expect. I'll start with you on this rugby queen, and like what are your thoughts on Herrick, her fight versus Waterson, and all of the above? Okay, rugby queen.
Um,
Oh, I'm
Yes.
sorry.
Okay,
oh,
Sorry.
she flew to the moon, and now she back.
Um, sorry. What was the question?
Um, okay, Felice Herrick. What I said is, I chose this photograph for a reason, not because I'm sitting here, I'm just
Yeah.
fantasizing over Felice Herrick photographs, because that's not it. But I chose this for a reason because this really what sums up Felice Herrick. Like, this is who she is. This is who she is. She poses underwear every day, just about. And instead of really being a fighter that she's capable of being. Well, what are your thoughts of her future in the UFC? What do you think about her fight versus Waterson? I mean, give us the synopsis on Felice Herrick.
Um, I don't know. A bad person. I think she just, she does speak the truth, about certain things, and I guess people don't really like the picture though. I think that's just her. With her insecurity in the UFC, she feels like that do to get any leeway from the UFC because the UFC, they promote looks, and she feels like she has to do that, and that is kind of sad, you know. But I would like her to not worry so much about that and just focus on being the fighter that she really could be. I don't want her to feel like she has to do that, and it's sad to me that she feels like she has to do that, to get any. I feel like she's very insecure. I feel like there's something mentally going on there where she feels like no one cares about her, you know. So I feel like she's doing some things here that he feels will get people to pay attention to her, and sense some insecurity and probably some mental health stuff going on there with her, that she feels like she has to do this to her body.
Okay. All right. Good synopsis. Okay, George Page, we're gonna kick it over to you, man. What do you think? I mean, first of all, about her fight with Waterson, and you know, I don't know, man. Her thoughts as a fighter, and all these photographs that she takes, because she takes a lot of these. This is just one. She takes many of these. Okay, the legendary George Page has left the building.
no, he's just muted. I don't know if he forgot to mute himself, but
Okay, I think he's
There
muted.
he is.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Here you go. Well, once I see the fight, I missed because I was at work, as you remember. But with Felice, she's that girl who likes to get attention. I mean, she's that pretty girl who, she's just as pretty as Michelle, and she likes to get her some people pay attention to her. Hard, but she don't have to. I mean, and with her fight with Michelle Watson, I felt she could have won it. She had the size advantage, but what it was, she just, from what I'm hearing, that she just kind of just she needs to work on her stamina, and she needs to work on her ground game and everything else. She needs they need to break her down and build her back up. But also, like I point out, she had the curse of becoming Modelo's fighter spirits a spokesperson. And you don't have the CP, you don't have the Nico. I mean, anytime if Modelo approaches you, hey, we want you to do a campaign, run. You don't want the money that bad, run. But like I said, now that I'm gonna ask y'all this, folks, this. Now that she's on a 2-fight losing streak, I feel like I think is that they're gonna throw. She can climb up the ladder, and then I think they're gonna kick her out, and she might even have to go to Bellator or LFA because the fact is they're not gonna let her go to victory. They want to totally push her out.
Okay. I mean, George broke it down beautifully, y'all. He broke it down beautifully. My man, General Africa, man. What do you think about the Herrick Waterson fight? And then what do you think about, oh, wait a minute, real quick in the super chat. Black Dove in the building. God dog Black Dove in the god doggone building. Man, that's what's up, man. Black Dove new to the channel, okay? New to the channel. I don't know how she found this channel, but thank you, Black Dove. I think you make videos too. I'm not. I think you do. All right, but go ahead. General Africa Awaken.
Felice Herrig, man. Felice Herrig, she's y'all like her. She's a good fighter, solid fighter. She's tough. I don't know what happened with this fight. I mean, I'm not Michelle Waterson's not bad at all. She's a solid fighter, but Felice Herrig just didn't look like she was like mentally there. I don't know, man. Like I think it was the third round when Herrig was, she had the control on the ground. She's on top of her. She's not throwing punches. I'm like, what's going on, man? So I don't know, man. And she's the thing with Herrig is that she's fought like decent comp, but like kind of like she's fought like Herrig's fought decent comp, but and she's had some wins, some losses, but to me, it hasn't been like anything like super spectacular. I don't know. Let me pull this up right quick. But her ups and her downs, man. Like, hold up, I got the Wikipedia right here. She's actually from Illinois too, but yeah. So she lost to Carolina. Carolina's not bad. She beat Courtney Casey. She beat Justine Kish. Justine Kish is tough. And then Justine Kish, she had she had to fight with Marcos. And Justin Kish is good, and then Herrick beat Grasso. So she's had some decent wins on there, but it's like I don't know if this fight's going to be. I don't think she's done yet, but she has another loss to another opponent that like at Waterson's level. I don't know about her going forward, man. She might need to go to what's his name, Invicta or whatnot. And like with those pictures, like, yeah, man, I actually had to unfollow her. It was just too much, man. Like, I'm not acting like I'm some sermon choir. No, not at all. Not at all. Not whatsoever. But it was, just like, okay. When you do that, it's like, how focused are you? I don't know. But it's going to be a question in people's head. Like, how focused are you? And there's nothing wrong with getting attention from men. But, I mean, they're not going to be looking at what you're doing in the octagon as much. Let's keep it real. And she knows that. Everybody, every woman, every man knows that. You know what you're doing, and that's fine if you want to do that. But uh, people aren't going to be looking at your skill as much. That's just who you're going. You're going to attract more people just going for that simp stuff. It is what it is. But we'll see.
Man, that's what's up, man. Yeah, man, my thoughts, yeah, I give Herrick a hard time sometimes, but really, I actually do like Felice Herrick, the fighter, because I think Felice got skill. I just think that it's not refined all the way. Like, Felice, at times in some of her fights, her octagon IQ is very good. In some fights, I'm just like, what is she doing? Her octagon IQ goes out the window, and she'll throw it out the window. But this fight, she didn't really seem like she was there. She looked drained, she looked exhausted, and she just looked like she wasn't, there was no pop on any of her punches. The execution was poor. I mean, a lot of stuff that she was doing, man, it wasn't working. And what was working, she was actually bodying up on Michelle Waterson. Waterson could do nothing with the size, couldn't do anything. But Felice chose to try to, I don't know, man. She tried to rush in and do those like reckless grapple attempts. And, Michelle Waterson being quick, she reversed a lot of that stuff. I thought Herrick was doing much better on the stand up because she had Waterson,
Hello?
backing up the whole time. And it's like, okay, you strike better than Waterson. Waterson wasn't doing nothing but trying to kick you to death. That's all she was doing. That's all she was doing, trying to kick you to death. You were blocking those, and then Herrick just did something just reckless, and then she got taken down. And it's like, she ain't even had the strength to get Waterson off her. Waterson's small. And I'm like, God, dog, Herrick over here effing up. I'm sitting here watching this thing. Herrick is effing up. Like, for real. And so when I look at these photos, I'm like, dang, okay, like, Herrick want people to see what she look like. She want us to see her body. But really, most of us real fight fans, we want to see that body, but we want to see that body get in the octagon and do what she's supposed to do. That's what I want to see. Okay, like it's I mean, and she act like that. She got this. She act like that. It's this golden body that everybody just want to see. Really, when I think of Felice, I'm trying to see the fight. Like, where's the Felice Herrig that could be a great counterpuncher if she wanted to? Where's the Felice Herrig that she got her cardio together? She'd be just a dominant fighter. Like, where is that Felice Herrig? It's in there somewhere, but it's like, okay, Felice, we got to get the mental together. And this shows me a person that don't have her mental game together. I'm just being real. And I'm not saying I don't like the look of a pretty woman. I'm not saying that. But, when it comes to MMA, I'm not looking, when I'm researching Felice Herrig, I'm not looking to see nude photos of Felice. I'm actually doing film study to see if Felice is going to win this next fight.
And Coach,
What is Felice going to do? I mean,
Coach,
you can't, look, dude, she going to get older, and she going to start getting wrinkles on her ass and stuff. Folks, your body is going to wear out, but the mind is infinite. It's as long as you live. She can't rely on her freaking body, man. She got to get out there and start really getting this fight. She's still young. She's young enough, everybody, to actually turn this thing around. Okay, all together. She can do it tomorrow. But these damn nude photos and these underwear models, I mean, God dog. Girl, give it a break. Give it a
and
break.
you know what's funny, Coach? If
Like,
I
this
could
is
cut in right quick,
ridiculous.
people
Yeah.
come in like, you're just mad because you like your wife. Dude, like, really? Because it's funny, man. Not to say that some of the fighters aren't attractive women, some of them are. But look, the guys that are like that, they're not making promos, they're not doing videos like that. They're on the internet doing some other type of stuff, man. They don't have the time to do a fight study and this and that. So it kills me when these guys come on here. They think that like everybody has the same mindset as them. Like, dude, stop, man. Go on with
Man,
it.
ain't nobody
Yeah,
hitting on ain't
Simple
nobody
stuff,
hitting
dude.
on no
yeah,
darn Felice Herrig. I want to see the
yeah.
fighter. I want to see the fighter that Felice Herrig can be. Okay, that's what I want to see. Cause I know she got the size, she got the athleticism, she got all of that stuff working for her, but she got the mental capacity of a copper penny. Like, that's just how that is. She got the mental capacity of a copper penny, and it just sits there. It just sits there and does
Yeah.
nothing. Like, what the heck? What the heck, Felice? God, and then when she in the corner,
And,
I
coach,
just want to take my hands.
and coach,
I just
and
want to
coach,
take. Wait a minute. I just want to take my hands, and I just want to, like put my hand around her neck and shake her. Will you get it? Come on, get out there and win the fight. What are you doing? You're losing the fight. You're screwing up. You get in there and you go blow this girl out. She trying to kick you to death. Get in there and elbow her to death. And I mean, you get in there and knock her out. And then you put your hand around her throat and you choke the life out of her. Stop getting in there playing the game with Michelle Watterson. That's what I would have said to her. That's what I would have said.
your coach,
Jesus.
your so
What?
coach, you also Ike turn the TV now. Yeah,
What?
eat the cake, anime, eat the cake. But let's
Okay.
remember that what
Okay.
was that long ago when someone made comments. What was that long ago when someone made comments about her and her butt on the internet, and she all got upset about it. But like any person, she should look past it. Somebody's gonna always gonna make comments about girls and women.
I mean,
That's
What
how
happened?
some
I
guys
want
are,
to
and
see.
these are the guys who want you, but you don't want them.
I just want to see the fighter that she can be. Okay. I don't care about her showing me large amounts of
You're
skin.
going
I,
in and out.
I'm not really concerned about that. What I want to see, me as a pugilist of the sport, okay, a person that studies fights. I want to see what your skill set is. I want to see where you're gonna improve. I want to see all that. See all this other stuff. Okay, yeah, it's okay. It's okay if I really thought of it. But No. See, I see when I see a talent, when I actually see a talent, I'm like, okay, I hate when talent go to waste. It pisses me off. I'm not anti-female, but when I see talent go to waste, like Felice Herrig, it begins to piss me off. And part of me wish that I can just have an hour-long conversation. And I would tell her, I would tell her straight up, look, you are a F up. Girl, you need to get it together. You need to get it together. You need to have confidence. You need to go and do what your body capable of doing. Okay? You got a lot of skill. You athletic. Girl, you be cutting all kind of flips and stuff. Look, you only using 20% of your game. Girl, if you use even 90% of your game, you'll be in there dominating. But it's just the way that you think of the fight. When you fought Carolina Kovacevic, you fought a hesitant fight. Carolina was right there for you to just beat up. She was right there. She was in your face, but you didn't believe in your skill. See, that's what I be telling Felice. And I be having this girl. Man, we be working hand drills, speed drills. We be doing all kind of stuff. But I would talk to her for an hour. Man, I wouldn't mind talking to Felice right before she had to go out and fight. I'm serious, man. I'd be like, look, you better get in here and move a mountain. You get in here with this tentative. Don't come back to the corner. Don't talk to me. Okay? You better get in there. And you better smack this little girl around. You better make Waterson understand who is the boss in that octagon. That's what you do. Okay? You get in there. Okay? You get in there. You slap Waterson around. You make Waterson know that Jackson Winklejohn gym is nothing. That's what you do. See, man, she only need just some firm coaches to tell her, and get off the internet. Get off Instagram. Are you a fighter or are you a lingerie model? What the hell are you, Felice? What are you? I banned her from the
And
internet.
thing is,
I cut off her internet service. Believe that.
Uh,
I cut her internet off. You can't use internet for this training camp. You can't even use a phone. Give me your phone. Cut the phone off. Shoot. Kind of pissed you off though, but I'm sorry, y'all kind of went into it.
no,
Man.
I mean, shoot. It's crazy because I was watching the fights at my cousin's house, and it was like five of us there, six of us there. And we watched the Herrick fight, and they were just like, man, these girls are tough, man. They're talking about her skill. Okay, like, oh yeah, they both bad too. But but they're talking about her skill predominantly, and it's like, does she know that there's people out there that respect her for that? I don't know.
I don't know. Okay, let's get into the next topic. I done been on here for an hour and 15 minutes, man. Okay, definition of ducking. I don't think we none of us, we are never gonna all agree on this whole Joanna ducking thing. We just not gonna agree. Okay, it's not gonna happen. But let's just get what is y'all definition of ducking?
Oh man.
Okay, we'll
I
start with you, Keith.
all right. Yeah, basically the definition of ducking is, I'm not even gonna put example of the fighters that do it, but anybody that's in your same weight class, no matter what skill level it is, and you just avoid one of those, but you willing to fight another fighter. Like for example, like I'm gonna use the boxing because I know a little more about them. Like the Keith Thurman, he was on top, right, and everything. But as soon as Errol Spence came around and started moving up in competition and stuff, and Errol Spence started doing his thing, he ain't want no priors of him, but he was willing to fight like a Sean Porter again or Danny Garcia again. That's just clearly ducking to me. Like anybody that's in your weight class basically is summing up anybody in your weight class that you just not trying to fight, or you just make an excuse why you not gonna fight them.
Okay, that's Keith, man. That's his definition of ducking. Okay, Mary, what is your extreme definition of ducking?
Ducking. Um, Basically, just under all conditions, you will not fight somebody. Not even if they had a broken leg and a broken arm and they had two limbs left and they still wanted to fight you, you still won't fight them because you just that scared. Like, I don't know, just like even mentioning their name, like you won't even name drop them to some point. It's taking you forever just to acknowledge them directly. Something's wrong. 'Cause you're a fighter. You have the you have the you have the privilege to call people out, say who you want to fight, negotiate with them what day and what time and all this stuff. And if somebody wants to fight with you and you feel, first of all, it's one thing if you think that you need more time and you need more experience to fight that person. That's just respectful, like that's not really ducking. That's just you being a realist about yourself. That's you not getting ahead of yourself, and you know what you want and you know what you need to do. That's professional, actually. But ducking would just be like, you taking you you against all these people just because you know you can beat them, and you not actually wanting to challenge yourself. You not actually going up the ladder because you want to better yourself, because you want to shine. You're just there just beating up on people just because you can. You're just there, you're not picking people that would actually make your stock go up, not picking people that would bring out the best in you, basically. Not picking people that would give you a good fight, not picking people that are a good name that would actually get you out there. You just you just a lazy fighter who just running around like a chicken with no head on them, just wanting to hit and punch people. You just not doing much. You just going from camp to camp, just barely winning your stuff. Yeah, I feel like ducking does have a deeper meaning than to just a particular fighter. It's more of a whole, how you do things as a fighter, not even just a particular person that you're ducking from, but just what you're doing with your fighting career. If you're not making something out of it and you're avoiding all these people who are serious about their profession, you are a major ducker. You are not serious about it. You need to stop wasting your time and stop putting yourself at risk. Because one of these days, you're just going to underestimate somebody who's actually more serious about it than you are. And you would just meet you would just really go down. And that's it for you. So, yeah, being a ducker. And I feel like there's different levels of duckers too. But I don't know if we have all night for that.
That's okay. I'm gonna come back, Mary, because you know where we're gonna flame. We are gonna flame. We're gonna get in. But let me ask everybody else, okay? All right. Okay, George, what is your definition of ducking? Mm, mm-hmm.
He's not in here.
He's not
I
in
don't
here.
see him. Yeah,
Okay,
he's.
George Page
I
has
don't see
left
him.
the building. Oh man. Okay, General Africa, what is your definition of ducking?
Ducky, you have an opportunity to take a life changing fight. You have an opportunity to take a title fight. You know, what I mean, something that will elevate you. It's an opportunity that doesn't come often, and you turn it down. That's a duck. That's a duck. And I think one of the guys in the fight on the fight card, I don't remember if it was what was his name? The guy that beat OSP, and that was a great fight too. I forgot to talk about that. That was a great fight. I don't remember if it was him. But one of them took a short notice fight. It was a huge fight for him. You have an opportunity for a title fight, an historic fight. You turn, especially a title fight, because I mean, some of the other stuff is subjective. Given the opportunity for a title fight, you turn it down. That's a duck.
Okay, okay. All right, Rugby Queen, your definition of a ducking, boy, we finna get up in there.
Boy. They all uh, pretty much got the definition down, but pretty much somebody, they have this huge opportunity to fight somebody, and they turn it down for whatever reason when they really shouldn't have any reason, because they want to they want to take a fight that is dear to them. um yeah, it's they all pretty much said it. I mean, pretty much when you turn down a fight and you have excuses for why you fight. And here's the thing, like, if you really are the best like you claim to be, then you should be willing to fight anybody. and that's some of these champions, they want to pick and choose. I would consider them duckers because they're not willing to fight anybody. I feel like duckers are the ones that are not willing to fight anybody in the cage.
Well, okay.
I don't know if I 100% agree about being willing to fight anybody because at some point you got to know where to draw the line. Like, as in, you've got to know how far you can handle certain stuff. Now, if it's somebody in the same weight class as you, that's a different story. Or in the
Mm.
weight class above you, like I'd say within a two, what do you call it, two division weight class thing. Okay, yeah, within that range, like that's okay. Like you should be willing to fight anybody within there, but don't get crazy and try to fight a heavyweight if you
No,
know they're
I didn't mean
well.
it like that.
Like,
I didn't mean like fight anybody in different weight classes. I did mean in the same weight class. Like I probably should have specified that. But I meant like in the
uh,
same weight class. I didn't mean anybody, but anybody's but no, I don't think Valentina should go and fight Chris Cyborg or anything like that. So
But she said she would though. See, that's the
she
difference
would.
between her and Joanna. Oh, dang it! I started it. We all got different opinions, guys. We got some different opinions on this whole. Look, we might as well go on and get into it, man. That's the elephant in the room. We
Let's
need to
get
go on
into
and
it.
get into it. Okay, some of us got different opinions. Okay. So I hear Nico. I'm gonna start it out, but I'm not going in. I hear people say, "Well, Nico, it's a duck. It's a duck. It's a duck." Well, yeah, okay. We all agree with this. We all agree that Nico Montano, we feel like she ducked Valentina. We felt that way. Nico said, I need more time. So did Joanna. How we gonna explain this? And I'm playing devil's advocate
Well,
here. Because they both said they need more time to prepare for Valentine. They both said it. And
well, I see.
legitimately,
At least Joanna wasn't saying she needed time when they actually said December. She wasn't complaining about
yeah.
that. She said it after they moved it up.
But
Now,
this,
Nico knew she had to fight Valentina at some point because she had the belt. She was the paper
mhm.
champion at the time. She knew very well that Valentina was coming at some point, and she kept trying to push it back,
isn't
like it
this
was.
sort of, isn't this sort of like Joanna kind of got the belt because they both fighting for a belt, and nobody got the belt, so they both really are the champion if they beat one another. I'm
What?
just asking questions.
I,
But Joanna
what?
never beat
What
Valentina.
the?
But isn't it like
Yeah.
they both the champion because it's a vacant belt? They fighting for the
Mm,
championship
Yeah.
title.
Yep.
Nah, I don't think.
technically, no,
Technically,
That,
no,
that's how I
No.
see it.
technically.
When you're fighting for Valentina doesn't have the when you're fighting for a vacant belt, that's a title opportunity. And to me, I just can't
yeah, that's what.
because when Coach brought out the stat about how 40% of the people that take the short notice fights win anyway. I mean, even if that number was lower, I still take it. That's just the way I see it. Because to put it in a different perspective, we're in the era where everybody and it's not a bad thing necessarily, like on its head, but it's everything's more like, oh, I have to think about this, and I have to, it's all about career, like small steps and this and that, and we're like this in the media and this creation of just get in there and fight. Nobody's gonna be 100%, and if you're hurt, I'm gonna come out there and defend you.
Okay, now let me make sure
like
Ruby
like
Queen.
with
Hold on, let me make sure Ruby Queen is actually um like pro Joanna not ducking because I don't want it to seem like everybody just coming at Mary. At least like Ruby Queen would be like So what's your stance, Ruby? 'Cause I thought you were Joanna wasn't ducking.
I was at first.
Oh damn.
Or wait, hold on. I was at first. I thought Ioana was ducking,
Uh,
but then I thought, you know what? If I was fighting Valentina, I wouldn't. I'd want to have a full training camp and want to prepare for that.
okay.
See,
So I changed my mind on that.
Okay.
So
Good.
I actually have to side with Ioana on this
Okay. Good.
because the contract was signed for December.
Mm.
The contract was signed. That's what it was for. And I guess you wanna, I guess, long ways away. So Joanna wanted to go on vacation. So she went on vacation, I guess, right before she was going to start her camp. And they must have called her up and was like, hey, we're going to move this fight up to November. I can't blame her for turning it down. Now, the whole incident at 213, that's a completely different scenario. She's trying to save a card. That wasn't an actual contracted fight. She was just trying to save the card. And honestly, I think Ioana knew that fight wasn't going to happen.
God
I
dog.
don't know if she was really serious about it. I think she just said that to look. So I think Ioana actually knew that fight, that it wasn't going to happen. I mean, the day of. There was no way that was going to happen. So that's why I feel like it's a different scenario. And it wasn't even for a title, So it wasn't like she was going to be fighting for a title. And she really didn't have anything to lose, fighting Valentina at that moment because it wouldn't have been for a title. It was just her trying to save a card. So it wasn't really a big deal. But this is actually a title fight. Contracts are signed, and where both fighters are supposed to have a full training camp, and I want to see Valentina fight the best version of Joanna, and I don't think we would have gotten that in. So I can't stand Joanna. She's a pain in the butt.
God
But
dog.
I actually I actually have to I see where she's coming from on this.
Okay. And I wanted to
So
make sure.
I don't think she ducked her. I just feel like she wanted more time.
Okay, and I wanted to make sure because I didn't want it to seem like it was like four people just going, ganging up on Mary, because then I would have just abandoned the whole conversation. But I can just moderate then. I can moderate general because you and General Africa have the same opinion, George. So then I can moderate and it'll make it like completely fair. Okay, so you guys kind of got your initial statements. Mary kind of got her initial statements. We'll go ahead and start now. We'll go ahead and really get it in, and let's just go back and forth, okay? And I'll moderate it so everybody get to talk. Okay. All right. So let's go with you, General Africa. Then we'll go back to Georgia. No, wait a minute. Who else talk?
George can.
Okay. All right, George, you start off then.
Well, like I said, if she knew this contract, the contract for the fight in December, instead of taking a butt to go into Italy, she should have went ahead and started her training camp then. You know this person, you know what type of fighter she is. You should have go ahead and get prepared, not go off and go slurp spaghetti and drink wine. You should have been ready to fight just in case something happens. So I could say maybe she's not ducking, but at the same time, you know your opponent. You know how good she is, how well a fighter, where well a fighter is, and you know she's been sitting almost for about 8 9 months training. You should have been already ready for jump into training camp. Once that contract was signed, you should have, let me go ahead and start training. And so when they say, well, we got to change it, we're gonna change the fight date, then okay, I'm already training camp. I'm already halfway there. I'll be ready for it. So I'm not saying she's ducking, but the fact is, she should have been prepared because she knows who she's dealing with.
Okay. All right. So we'll throw it back to the other side. All right, Mary or Rugby Queen, you guys' responses to that.
So Georgia's statement was about her and the vacation. First of all, she was off on vacation because she just came from another fight. Like she had fought Tisha in July. Valentina's fight was the initial fight was in September, the 8th. That's early September. So July, August, September, like that's 2 months. And ain't no way in 2 months, like right after you come out of a fight that you just go hop yourself back into another fight without actually trying to rejuvenate yourself. Like Joanna had a 3 round fight with Tisha and she's used to 5 round fights, but it was a fight nonetheless. She used up all her resources. She expended energy. She had been training for months beforehand. So it's like, I mean, she had been fighting. So I'll be damned if I'm a fighter and you tell me that I can't have a vacation and I can't catch some rest after I just fought because somebody else wants to fight and they didn't get their chance to fight because somebody else ducked them. I mean that part doesn't really connect well with me. Second of all, the whole stepping in to fight thing. Want to know why I really don't feel like she was ducking is because why did she not step in of for all the other pullouts of the other women fights that have happened at the time when she was champion? Like for whether it's for strawweight or for bantamweight, we gonna forget about featherweights. That's out of the picture. But strawweight and bantamweight, when the flyweight was not open yet, and people have been pulling out. Joanna didn't give a rat's tush about who wasn't going to get to fight or not. But as soon as she heard Valentina name, she decided to step in there because she knew all about this fight. You know, she knew her and Amanda were supposed to have a 5 round war and everything. And I don't know what Joanna was doing, weighing about what 130 something pounds at that time, because I think she was supposed to fight Rose, but we won't leave that. But she yeah, like this is a person that Joanna has fought 3 times before, win or lose. She knows how Valentina will fight. She's gotten a feel of Valentina before, and she just wanted to actually get out there and go save a fight. And there's a major difference between that and actually fighting somebody for your own bout. First of all, the Nunes Valentina thing, Joanna can step in there, and that's not Joanna's fight. Okay, that wasn't Joanna's fight. That was Nunes' fight with Valentina. And if Nunes pulls out and Joanna wants to step in there and sacrifice herself, basically, to go fight Valentina, who are we to really even feel a way about it? If that's what she wanted to do, kudos to her. Pregnancy test or not, I can't prove if the pregnancy test was real or not. But if she said she wanted to do that and she was willing to, then that's one thing. But that's completely different from if she actually had a fight scheduled with Valentina from before, and it's scheduled in December. So she had a good couple of months to do that. Now, if you're scheduled to fight somebody, right, and you have a good amount of weeks to do that, and all of a sudden they just switch it up, and your fight camp has just been cut in half, basically. They cut off a whole month of you and your preparation time. Not to mention, Valentina did not fight since her fight against Priscilla. Valentina has not fought. She's only had one fight the whole year. So, first of all, Valentina is already the fresher fighter out of the two. Valentina could have been ready to go right then and there. Meanwhile, Joanna still had to rejuvenate from her fight against Tisha. She was on vacation and everything. And I don't see how she could have known anything about having to fight Valentina when she just came off of a fight. Because it's not as if she could just get up and go hop on and go start training again. Because even she is training again, that's just for relief. That's just for relaxation. That's just something she does because she's a fighter, not to train for a particular person. That's just something that everybody does. So it's like, I don't know. I really feel like Joanna really did need enough time, and it wasn't really fair of the UFC to just move it up just to compensate Valentino or just to get more money for their cards and stuff. If Joanna wants to pull out because the UFC shortened her fight training camp time, that is a legitimate reason to pull out of a fight, because Valentina is not something to play with. And Valentina had much more preparation than Joanna did, because Joanna has been preparing for Tisha, Valentina prepared for Nico, and Valentina did not fight Nico. Valentina used none of her energy, none of her resources against Nico, because Nico ducked that fade. So it's that, and Joanna did not do what Nico did. Okay, she didn't talk no type of trash about Valentina. She didn't say, "Oh, I'm gonna go do this and that to Valentina." So we can't even put her next to Nico on that. Nico just threw everything. I really feel like Nico knew she wasn't gonna fight Valentina. She was just out there. She totally Conor McGregor the whole thing. So it's like, no, like Joanna does not. Nah, Joanna and Nico, they can't be on the same boat with that. They cannot be on the same boat with that. At least with Nico, Nico knew from like a whole several months ahead that Valentina was coming for this title this title. And Joanna, Joanna had a good amount of weeks and stuff, but the UFC decided, hey, I want it sooner. I want Valentina to fight sooner, or I want better money. Whatever their reason was, they shortened it. Joanna said, nope, y'all not gonna screw me up like that. If I was in Valentina's shoes, not Valentina, Joanna, if I was in Joanna's shoes, I would have done the same thing. And I know myself that I'm not a ducker. And I'm not just saying that because it's me. Like, I'm saying that because, like, I don't duck, I wouldn't duck a fade. So it's like, I could see myself in that situation. And I know that somebody that knows they need a good fight training camp against somebody like Valentina, of all people, Valentina. Like, I would get it if it was somebody else, but it's Valentina of all people. That's not somebody that you just step into. That's not somebody that you can just, oh, let me just hit a few pads for like a couple weeks and I'm good. Like, no, you need an actual game plan. You need to focus. You need this and that. Everything needs to be pitch point perfect. And you can't do that in a month. I'm sorry. Not even Amanda Nunes knew better than that. I'm sorry about that. Nah, can't roll.
All right, General Africa, your response.
Look, man, I know a lot of people aren't going to agree with me, but that's fine. But, I'm the whole, what's funny with this whole Joanna thing? She put all those paragraphs that says nothing about Valentina Shevchenko or a potential fight with Valentina Shevchenko. And I don't, the sympathy's not there for me because this is what fighters go through all the time. Why does Joanna Jedrzejczyk, granted, there are different situations, but why does Joanna Jedrzejczyk get to be treated differently? I mean, so, I'm coming from the perspective now where I feel bad for people like Chris Cyborg and Valentina Shevchenko who put their whole life work into this, just like Joanna has, but put their whole life work into this. They're absolute monsters in the octagon. And because they're so good, now it creates all this. We got a little feedback.
Yeah, whoever they come on, because we got to get the thoughts across. Okay, go ahead.
So now it's that's created all these openings for but this and then but that. And I'm not saying that they aren't good points; they are decent points. But what's the difference between Joanna Jedrzejczyk and Rose Namajunas? What's the difference between Joanna Jedrzejczyk and Chris Cyborg? What's the definition between Rose Namajunas and Valentina Shevchenko? So because Valentina is so good, so great, that all the stars need to align for her to be able to get into the octagon. No, it is not fair, but this is how so many fighters are treated. And why does she get any special privilege? It's like whenever something happens to Joanna, she just says, and I get it. I'm not talking about nobody in the panel. I understand that opinion. I want to make that clear. But like it's this uproar when it comes to Joanna Jedrzejczyk, and it's like nobody, very few people get that. Not even Chris Cyborg, the GOAT, the cash cow. I mean, come on. And, I'm going to bring up my primary witness, Joanna Jedrzejczyk. Primary witness. 1 second, man. What did she say? This is September 17th, 2018. She says, I'm always willing. Let me have the expected matchup will be against Valentina Shevchenko, who was set to face then champion Nico Montano on September 8th before Montano withdrew her with health issues the day before. The UFC stripped Montano of the title, leaving a vacant spot atop of the division. This is Jedrzejczyk. I'm always willing to fight. I'm always willing to fight. And the UFC knows it. Jedrzejczyk said on Ariel Helwani's MMA show. I'm open to move up and fight for the belt with Valentina Shevchenko, but we'll see what's going to happen. I cannot say yes. I cannot say no right now. That's her. See, that's how you know that she wasn't that. And I actually thought she was serious. I don't know what's going to happen. Well, I guess you didn't. Then she says, if this fight is going to happen, it's going to be this year. Okay. Then she goes on. Valentina is a multiple-time Muay Thai world champion, and me too. The UFC knows we are serious with it, and we always put on great cards and great fights. That's the point. You always put on great cards and great fights? Well, what about this fight? Oh, yeah, you're not being fair. You always put on great cards and great fights. You said it. The UFC said, well, look, we need you right here. Look, I'm selfish. But one thing, I'm a fight fan. I want to see fight. If they say this the opportunity, you take it because I don't know when it's going to come again. I'm selfish. But I tell you one thing, nobody can say this about me. That when I know that you're going to put everything into it, and when I can respect you as a fighter, I go all out for you. I expect you to fight. Yeah, I'm selfish. I'm a fight fan, and I'm not going to come on here and I can't make look. She was given the opportunity to fight. She said that she was always down for it. She always puts on the greatest fights. She's always ready. Her and Valentina this, her and Valentina that. UFC, okay, they screwed up. They gave you another opportunity, and you turned it down. Look, man, I don't know how else to put it, but I'm just taking the words straight out of her mouth. She didn't say, I'm always ready to fight, but I have to be given 4-week notice. And 4-week notice is longer than so many other fighters. Didn't Evander get 2-week notice or something, coach? I mean, it's just it happens all the time. I'm not defending the system, but when I'm railing against the fact that Joanna gets treated differently, and this is why she screws over people. This is why the guy might have been. I look back at it, and I think he was starting something, but I think it was relatively innocent. This is why she can say all this stuff to the report. She doesn't give a dang. She doesn't give a dang about her fans. I don't think so. I mean, come on, really. And this is why she's able to rail against people, because she gets away with it. That's it, man.
Now hold on a second. Who said that Tanya Evinger wasn't allowed to say no? Who said that Joanna? Now I don't.
Tanya Evinger doesn't say no.
Maybe Joanna gets like sort of an advantage, but I don't think it's in that area. Tanya Evinger still chose to fight Chris Cyber. She volunteered because nobody else had the balls to fight Chris Cyber. Yes, that's true. But if Tanya Evinger knew that she was going to risk her health and everything, and that she wasn't going to have much time to fight Chris Cyborg, then she could have said no to.
I gotta push back against that. She had to take that. She had to do that just to get into the UFC.
And
we gotta let Rugby get in there, guys.
We'll let Rugby.
I gotta moderate this properly. Okay, I'm gonna let y'all hold your questions, hold your responses. Okay, Rugby Queen, your response to what General Africa said previously.
Well, one more thing. Randa Marcos didn't have to do it. Randa Marcos didn't have to. But she basically did, or she's gone. And I mean, well, look, Joanna Jedrzejczyk was a great champion, but come on, how much pull does this chick have?
Okay, is Rugby Queen back?
Go ahead, Rugby.
I don't exactly see the pull. Whatever pull it is, she earned it because she was the champion. She's not now.
She was, and she's a great champion.
I mean, she will still. You gotta understand, it's still gonna be there whether she's champion or not, because she's only been dethroned by one person. If she slipped lower down the rankings, I could see that. But right now, she is still technically the number one contender besides Andrade. So, you're gonna see her have some influence even after just losing her titleship and everything.
She has the influence. She has the influence for getting this shot. I don't know what I'm going to see. I can't predict anything with these fighters. But I got to let Rugby Queen go. But I don't know what I'm going to see.
Okay, is Rugby Queen back in the building? Okay, so I don't want to seem like it's like a double team with Mary. Okay, Mary, I tell you what, then let's do it like this, okay? I'm just going to moderate. I'm not going to interject anything. Do you want to rebuttal Judge and General Africa, or just pick who you want to rebuttal?
What'd you say?
No, I'm talking to my girl Mary.
I'm actually fine. I mean, I respect everyone's decisions here, and I respect everyone's opinions and stuff.
No, I'm just asking, do you want to because I don't think it'll be like 2-on-1. Because I'm just gonna moderate, but because George and General got the same opinion, and you got a different opinion, and Rugby Queen I think she's in the
okay. I'll respond to this. And T2 was talking about
the Cyborg fall of hell. So no, I'm just trying to get her to So do you want to just go at General? You want to go at George, or you want to go at both of them?
No, I don't need to go at anybody. I'm actually not really a verbally, if you know, like, this is kind of like the first debate I've ever been. I mean, I'm not actively debatable person. I don't.
But you're doing pretty good, though, Mary.
Yeah,
you're doing pretty good, actually.
It's not. If you have something you feel that you are passionate about, you should stand up and say what you feel, and you shouldn't matter what everybody thinks or say. But like I said, I'm going to point this out, that Joanna now has learned that, like all the other fighters, that her, it doesn't mean much that what you do or what you have done for this company, you are still, technically in their mindset, property. And if they want you to fight where they want you to fight at, you either ship up or ship out. That's two choices you have. And now she knows. Now, even though she got that favor to get a second fight with Rose, which technically she didn't reserve, she should have just wait to see the next person like Jessica Andrade take a shot. And if Rose gets back Jessica, then her and Joanna should fight each other. But now that her favor, she's losing favor, and then this opportunity was given to her, which she should have took, and she didn't decide not to take it. The UFC said, you know what? Nah, we ain't gonna, like, even Conor McGregor knows that, he because he had gotten big money for the Mayweather fight. He had to fight, but he chose to came back because he knew if he didn't, he'd lose stock and favor with the UFC.
Okay.
And Tease too. That's a terrible example. You don't want to bring up Chris Cyborg out of all people when it comes to taking short notice fights. Let's not. You really don't want to bring up Chris Cyborg. But I mean, Mary, it's all good. We passionate about it, but it's not. I mean, debates are funny. It's funny when it seems like a debate, like teams and stuff. No, I mean, I get it. I get it.
Here's what I'm gonna do, y'all. Okay, so Stamina MC has the same opinion as Mary. So then it'll be I'm bringing him in, and so it'll be 2-on-2. So it won't be just like you two just going at it, and then I'm just gonna moderate. So
All right.
I'm putting my opinion aside. I'm just gonna put it aside. I'm just gonna moderate. I'm not gonna interject. Stamina MC is about to come into the stream, and
Well, I
so
mean, you can interject different thoughts. I mean, just because you might have a certain viewpoint, you can steal it. I mean, that's the problem what I have with CNN. Where they're like, well, this guy, I might not be right. Mary might not be right, but I know that you
well,
more than anybody can inject facts into the
see the
situation.
moderator though they supposed to not really have an opinion about the subject
Yeah.
matter. So
Yeah,
what I'm doing. I'm not gonna inject my opinions. I'm gonna just let y'all like kind of have this like this mini debate. 'Cause I think
yeah,
Mary
it's
doing
cool.
pretty good. For
Yeah.
somebody to say she don't like to, she doing good and getting her points out of there. And then you guys are getting your points off. So it'll make it fair where because Stamina's gonna come in and then he's going to have the same opinion as Mary, and that's a debate supposed to be fair.
Yeah.
Basically, it's not supposed to be
Definitely,
like a gang of people going at one person. That's
Yeah.
how
definitely.
debates go.
Yeah.
I don't want it to be like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, because
And like
once
like
sister
so
can talk.
again, if you have your ideas and feelings, you should be able to voice
Uh,
your ideas and feelings without feeling like, hey, everybody's against you.
yeah.
And you feel like you have somebody who shares those opinions with you, then it's good to have somebody to be right beside. It's good
Okay.
when you go like this. When you go to
So
war, you want to go to war with everybody,
so o-
whoever you got.
okay. So now we're gonna get it back on topic, okay? Because we don't want to be in too much longer, okay? All
Yeah.
right. Stamina is now in the building, okay? Um.
Your
Okay.
stamina, mate.
So who? Okay. So who was the
Hi
last
guys.
person? Who was the last person that talked?
I was.
On my side or on their side?
On who? Period. Like who was the last person that said something?
I think it was General Africa.
It's me
Okay.
or Joy.
So then we'll go back. Then we'll go back to your side, and we'll go to Stamina, okay?
Okay. Yeah, I
Oh,
could just let Stamina talk because I expressed my points.
Yeah, but Mary, you're a quick thinker, so they may
Mm-hmm.
say something that you can interject on and say, that's all it is. We just having it's like a dialogue, basically. Trust me,
Mm-hmm.
Mary, you're doing good.
it's
Come
not.
on, just
It's,
just
Yeah.
just just
Yeah.
stay
It's
with it for
just
like 10 more minutes. Come on, Mary, you're
yeah.
doing real good.
If you have something you want to share it. Don't be afraid of it. Just go ahead and share
Yeah, just interject the hell out of them. Ain't nobody gonna cry.
it.
All right, Stamina, my dude, what's up, man? Go ahead and your response to what General Africa just said, man.
Um, I kind of can you hear me good? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I think I actually might need a little refresher actually because I was kind of just tuned out of the live thing just a little bit to see what was going on in the chat. So yeah, Janaf, refresh me so that I can get back in,
So, General,
please.
just give him like a quick synopsis of what you said. Give him like I don't know, a 30-second version so he can respond.
well, I mean, if I have to break it down to the basics of it, it's just to have the fact that you have so many fighters. You have the Andre, so many. Just look at the no love list, and all of them are itching to take the opportunity. They just have to be given it, man. And I don't see Joanna. I don't see like Joanna Jedrzejczyk's gonna be. Is okay. Is anybody here? Does anybody here worried about whether Joanna Jedrzejczyk? Granted, the head stuff and that you're a fighter, yes. But you worried about her career when it comes to getting another title shot, getting an opportunity in the UFC?
No.
No.
So I mean, it's just I don't. And I'm not talking about. I get it. We're hardcore fans. We're casual. Whatever. We're the base when it comes to MMA. So I'm not talking about us. But I mean, I'm just like, if say you're a casual fan, I mean, dude, where's the sympathy for the other fighters that take this stuff on short notice? Like I said, this is the opportunity of a lifetime, and I get it. You want to be strategic. But so many other fighters haven't had the opportunity to be strategic. Joanna, couldn't be strategic in the beginning, but now she's trying to, do that. And like I said she's willing to fight anytime. So the UFC did that. That's what they do to most people. There's very few. McGregor, Chris Cyborg a little bit. She has some pull, but she's had more. If people think Valentina's because this superstar, she's not at that star level yet.
Okay, I know where I am now. Okay, now in the first case, I feel like because you've said that you are a fight fan and you are selfish and whatever else, you're actually taking the words that suit your agenda hyper literally so as to serve your own purposes. Now, yeah, she says she'll fight anytime or whatever else. Lots of people say that. It doesn't always end up like that in reality. Second thing is, whether they say that or not, that has no influence whatsoever on what the UFC asks of a fighter. They don't necessarily only ask the fighters that will say, I'll fight anytime, to fight anytime. They ask whoever they want for whatever they want, regardless of what they say. So I wouldn't give too much value or stock to any of that. Now, in the next case, oh God, I've lost my thread. In the next case, JJ's situation is just different to everybody else's. Like the whole thing of itching for an opportunity and whatever else, that's just not her reality. That's not her life. She has no reason to be sympathetic towards the plight of any other person that's doing the same thing that she does, because they want the same thing that she does. So therefore, they are her competition. If they can't have it, good. That's what she wants. She wants them not to have it because she wants it for her. So again, I don't see, she's not meant to consider any of those other people. She's not in it for them. She doesn't train every day of every week of every year for them. That's not this. It's not relevant. So in regards to this situation, again, yeah, it's the opportunity of a lifetime for all those other lot. But not only is she a former champion, but just because of what she's done within her championship run as a strawweight, she's in better standing than pretty much all of the strawweight division and all of the flyweight division anyway. So she's not obliged or compelled to look for this opportunity, because she could have had that opportunity from the very first time that she lost to Rose. Everyone's saying to her, oh, you can go up to fly, blah, blah, blah. She wasn't interested in it. If she really cared about it, she could have just requested it when her value was higher and she would have got it straight away. Despite that, she accepted it when she was offered it because the terms made sense to her. So as soon as those terms were changed and she was suddenly given a second offer that wasn't nearly as appealing as the first one, why is she going to take it when she doesn't actually want it like that? She was going to take that fight at flyweight because there's nobody for her to fight at straw to get her closer to her belt. She has to wait and see what goes on with the Jessica thing. There's nothing for her to do for strawweight. So if there's one fight to take for her to take up fly, because she already said that whether she won or lose, she's going to go back to straw anyway. So yeah, cool. I'll fight Valentina. Yeah, why not? Oh, what? You mean I need to fight? No. Now you've changed it. No, I'm not. I would have done it beforehand in a way that made sense to me and to my career, etc. But now I am just asked to be the performing monkey, etc. How about I don't do that? especially since it isn't ultimately what I want to do with my time, my career, my brand.
Okay, hold on 1 second, Stamina. I'm gonna let George Page rebuttal that.
Go.
Caller, you're on the air.
Oh
Yes.
man, I can never hear the caller.
I listened to your broadcast. It's pretty good. Talking about Joanna. She ducked what's her name?
Valentina
Shevchenko.
Shevchenko. Hey, this sounds
Yeah.
like Ed Harris the third.
Huh?
Hey, is this Ed Harris the third?
No. It's Joseph. My name is Joseph.
Okay.
No. My name is Joseph Carrillo. I live in Alvin, Texas.
Oh, Joseph Cordenero. Man, what's going on,
No.
man?
Joseph Carrillo.
Oh, Joseph Carrillo. Okay. Hey, so Joseph,
Okay.
what's your question?
No. I just I like your broadcasts. I just I got a phone and I was listening to your talking about Shevchenko. I mean, what's her name? Joanna. She ducked her. She ducked the fight, and there's some good stuff you guys are talking about. And I saw your numbers. I give you a call.
Oh man,
But
okay.
you guys are pretty good. I like the women, but they had about 3 women talking on the phone. They were good. They were smart.
Yeah.
They sounded real educated. They're real smart women.
Mary
And the guys
Thomas
are
is
pretty good
ultra
too. The guys are
educated.
pretty good too.
Yeah, Mary Thomas is ultra educated, man. And
Yeah.
and he giving y'all props. But he said he think Joanna duck, but he giving y'all props. Giving
Yeah.
everybody
Thank
props.
you, thank you, thank you, thank
Yeah,
Yeah.
you.
she does because
Thanks.
Shevchenko beat her up 3 times already, and so and plus when Rose what's her name, Rose Dombiano, anyway, when Rose beat the shit out of her, knocked her out. That was good. She ain't never been the same no more. And they had a pay per view last night. Conor McGregor, he got his ass whipped too, and he got choked out. And the guy Khabib, he won the title. But didn't give him the title because if they didn't give him the title, they would start a bunch of stuff. So, but they paid Conor McGregor his money, but they didn't pay Khabib. If I was Khabib, I'd get a lawyer to sue him, but we sued him. He can't work for he can't work for the UFC anymore. So one hand bites the other. But it was a good fight. My brother, it was on pay-per-view. My brother saw it. And he just sent me the clips of it, and it went to my phone. I saw the whole fight. I saw my girl get his ass whipped. It was good.
Wow.
But
Well,
no,
man.
but it's not to talk to somebody. It's it's for real. Because most of these guys are bullshitters. But you guys are straight up.
Hey, man.
It's nice talking to you, man. Because you sound like a real intelligent man.
Hey, man. Well, thank you, man. Thank you for the shout out, man, and thanks for the call, man. Thanks for the call, bro. That's real awesome of you guys. We got my man Joseph Carrillo, man, from down in Texas, giving everybody love, man. Yeah, and
Take
All right.
all
some
right.
love back to you, Joe.
Because 2005, my common law wife, I was with her 7 years, she had a heart attack and died. So I'm alone now. So I'll probably be somebody. I hope I'll be somebody. But anyway, I'm 50. I'm 51 years old. I'm retired, and all I do is stay home and watch the fights on my phone. And I thought, I saw it on my phone. So I clicked on the little website, and I heard you guys talking for a while. So I saw a number. So I'm gonna give him a call. But it was nice talking to you, man.
Well, shoot, man, just hit us up, man, and just leave an email, and hey, man, you welcome to come on and chat with us, man. We have another stream, man. I mean, if
So,
y'all alone, might as well just kill some time.
yeah, okay. Where you are? Okay then.
Well, you have to leave your email. If you're in the stream, man, just if you don't mind putting your email in the stream, I take it, and then I send out what we call links, and then you can come in and just have a chat.
Okay. Uh, okay, come on.
Just if you can type it into the stream, 'cause I know if you tell me, I'm probably not gonna remember all the nuance of email, but go to the stream and just type it in, and then I get it, and then I'll send you a link next time I go on,
So how do I get to the stream?
sir.
How do I get to the stream? I got
Um,
my email. I got my email address right here, but I don't know how. I don't have a computer, but I can probably use my phone. Just do it on my phone.
yeah. You definitely can use your phone to get in. and you just and then
Okay.
when the link will come to your email, and then you hit a stream, you click on it, and then it'll bring you right into the stream. That's
Well,
it,
can I give you my email address?
sir.
Can I give you my email address?
Yeah, if you tell it to me, I'm probably. I don't. I mean, if you type it in, like, are you on the stream right now?
No, I'm just on the phone right now.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Let's see.
I'm not too good at
Could
that
you get him to
like
call you back
streaming stuff.
later, maybe?
I have a nephew that can help me out, you know.
Okay. Well, I
But
tell you what. Just call back. Okay, so I hang up, and then I cut the phone off, and then call back and leave a message with the email on it.
okay,
Yeah,
Just do that, and then
yeah,
I cut the phone off, and it'll let you leave a message. Okay, we gotta.
all right.
yeah.
But we're
Put
gonna
it in
get back to the
voicemail.
debate. But thank you, Joseph, for calling. Appreciate it, man.
Well,
Good stuff.
thank you, sir. Nice talking to somebody. You know, you sound pretty intelligent, man. Nice talking to somebody who good head straight. You know.
I try to be.
Thank you very much, sir.
I'm not as
Have a good day,
intelligent as
sir.
Mary. You too. Bye.
All right, bye bye.
Okay, that was Joseph Carrillo from Texas. Let me cut the phone lines off so he can leave a message with his email. Okay, George Page, your response to Stamina MC.
Where were we at again?
Oh man, you forgot what Stamina said?
We, we were so into listen to Joe. I just kind of like
Stamina
kind of
said a
like that.
mouthful. Okay, all right.
I
So
said a
we ain't
bunch.
taking no more calls. Okay, Stamina, if you can give him like the abridged version, man, so he can hurry up and respond.
The abridged version is that a lot of the ideas and principles that I feel like you guys carry in your minds with regard to fighters, just by sheer virtue of the career, the repertoire, the resume, whatever, it's just different for JJ. Like JJ had a certain sense of privilege and a sense of separation from other fighters on account of that, which which is gonna come back to bite her on the booty. But because I think she's used up all of her miles now. I think she feels
Uh,
pretty regular going forward.
wait, let
But
me,
but yeah,
like,
that was,
Gotta
go
let
on,
him
go on, go
finish.
on,
Gotta let
George.
him
Go on,
finish.
George.
Okay, all right. Well, okay, he told you to go ahead, George.
let
Mhm.
me start this here. Joanne has no booty.
Okay.
That's none of my business.
That don't have nothing to do with the stream. Come on, man. Stop the sexual stuff.
like
Just
I feel like this. Like
respond.
she should know if anything, the UFC takes as cattle. Her job is to fight for them.
Uh,
Anytime when it's called to or need to. Now when she did that thing last year, which said, "Oh yeah, Dana, I'll jump in and I'll fight in Amanda Nunez's place." That made the UFC feel like, "Wow, that's somebody who wants to fight and do what she do for the company." You become a company man when you do that. She made that choice, and she got to understand when you become a company man, they're always gonna rely on you when they need you. They're gonna say, "Hey, we got a little situation coming up. I think let's see if Joanna want to step in and do something about it, or we'll take this person here." She knows the opponent. She has a past with them, and UFC loves to play off these rivalries. Like when I remember when Rose had a title, the plan was if Rose could beat Jessica, they would have a third fight between Tisha and Rose. That would have been the dream fight. They love they love these battle, even boxing, like with Ali and Frazier and with Leonard and Durant.
Wait, can I
People
ask you a
love these
question?
things.
Can I
Yeah,
ask a question about that? What does that have to do with you thinking that Joanna ducked Valentina?
it's not about ducking, it's not about the ducking part, but the fact that the UFC wanted to have this rivalry to sell tickets, to sell to make money. I know it's about we talk about ducking, but the fact is it's about UFC making money. And they saw this person who they thought was a company man turn down an opportunity to make money for them.
Okay. All right. So, Mary Thomas, go ahead. Your response is your go, and then after that, be General African.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna take the ammunition that Stamina gave about how when fighters say they can fight any day, anytime, anywhere and all that, and I'm gonna slap some upgrades onto that ammunition because yes, there are people that are like that, but that is not to say be taken literally, because after all, we are still just people. I want to say that first. Now, second of all, Joanna is a warrior. Like, we must give that to her. She can still fight her butt off, but she's not a stupid warrior. You know, and yes, she does have a different standing from the rest of them because she has been the champion before and she has earned her way up there. It's not like she has been taking easy fights. It's not like she has been paying off people to do this and that. It's not like she knows somebody on the inside. It basically, it's not like she Raquel Pennington her way up to the title shot. No
Oh
shade to her.
Yeah.
wow.
Oh my
No
God.
shade.
Oh my God.
I think Rocky
And
actually
he,
did earn a title shot.
Jeez.
I mean, to be real talk, Rocky actually fought some good fights to get to that level. She just got injured in a car accident. So,
peg leg penalty. I stopped calling her
but
Rocky Long.
but okay, but go ahead and finish your thought, Mary.
Yes, Joanna has fought some wars just like Valentina has, minus the difference in the weight classes and the bigger women that are more dangerous and all this stuff. For somebody of their weight class, they have still fought very dangerous people. And of course, Joanna has come closer. So yeah, Joanna has still earned her way up to where she was, that would allow her to have some leeway to the room. Now, unfortunately, since she is not the champion anymore, she has to get this really rude awakening that no, she doesn't have as much control as she thought she did anymore. That's just the main thing. Like, she thinks that the UFC will try to negotiate with her. That's unfortunately, not anymore, because until she becomes champion again, or until, she agrees to go back. Now, one thing though, an idea I have, what will really decide if she's ducking or not, regardless of whatever we say, is what happens when after Valentina fights Eubanks, and the winner of that fight calls out Joanna, or if they suggest that Joanna should go fight them again. Because if this is about the length of the training camp, then beforehand, when the fight between Eubanks and Shevchenko are over and everything, and they want to call out the next person, and that's still up to them, because whether or not Valentina still wants to fight Joanna when she's done with Eubanks, that's still up to her, because automatically, not to be unfair to Eubanks or anything, but I think like 99% of us agree that she will win against her. Maybe not in a okay, no, dominating. I can't lie. But yeah, I feel like if and when Shevchenko wins against Eubanks, if Shevchenko still wants to fight Joanna, we'll see what she says. I feel like that's the big decide. That's the big decision in all of this. So yeah, I got my opinion. Y'all have yours, but I feel like it's a matter of time, because all this, I don't feel like I feel like this got called up pretty quickly. The fight between Joanna and Valentina, it got called up pretty quickly anyway, because people were looking for Nico to fight Valentina and not Joanna just yet. So I would just wait until after their fight in what is it, November? Yeah. I'll see what happens after.
and
Okay,
on Chris' quick point,
I'm
they
gonna let
could have
General. Go ahead.
they could have
Cause we
pushed
got,
somebody else for 230 if they wanted to, but they needed that fight because hey, they already got a stack of month of December with Cyborg and Nunez. You know,
okay. All right. So, General, your response to what Mary just said before it comes on out of there.
I mean, I don't know what else. I mean, I can't really give too many more like insights into what it's I think it just comes down to like a different way of seeing things. You know, I do take people's uh, words literally. Some of them. When you talk about fighting everybody, that's a little bit different. If you're talking about coming up and fighting a specific person, then I'm going to hold you to it. It's the same thing I do in boxing. It's the same thing, and really, I mean, Stamina brought up the fact that now she might not have as much leeway. We don't know. We don't know. But I know one thing, that the culture of boxing, of bringing in excuses, no matter how valid you might think it is, it's coming to the MMA. It's coming to WMMA. She said that she would fight Valentina. Now, people got on Tyron Woodley for just the idea of not even going up to a different weight class to fight. What? It's an opportunity of like, no. But then with Joanna Jedrzejczyk, it's different. People will get on other fighters about moving up in weight, moving down for it's such a great opportunity, a title fight, this and that. Well, I mean, one thing I have to push back on Raquel Pennington, she did her thing. Joanna Jedrzejczyk, though I did give her props for what she's done at 115, I mean, she was given the opportunity to fight. It's not like she was given that. They could have given it to somebody else. So I mean, it like I said, it is what it is. When Gennady Golovkin said he'd fight anybody from 154 to 175, okay, you have to do it. Because look, I'm a fan, like I said, and I never said that I'm not biased when it comes to that. Yeah, and she's biased with herself when it comes to a fighter. But I'm the fan, and when you say you're going to fight somebody, you're going to do this fight, then you have to do it. So yeah, I'm going to be biased in that sense, but I'm not going to hold her to any other standard that I don't hold anybody else to. She has gotten away with something that a lot of other fighters haven't gotten away with. Now, if she fights, if she wants to fight Valentina will fight her. Cool, but I don't know what's going to happen in the future. But yeah, when somebody says something, I am going to take them at the word. I assume that they're not lying to me and blowing smoke up my butt. Yeah, I assume that they are telling the truth. And she left it pretty vague intentionally, and that's fine. Look, the UFC did what the UFC did. She was given the same opportunity that Valentina. That's why I love being a Valentina fan, because there's no question in my mind whether Valentina's going to take the fight. There's no question. I don't. It's if she's given the shot, she's going to take it. And some of these other fighters aren't like that. She was given the same opportunity that Shevchenko was given. One took it, one didn't. Now, it's the biggest deal in the world. No, but I mean, I think it says a lot about her. Not questioning her warrior. Of course she's a warrior. I've always said she's a warrior. Nobody can quote me never saying that she's not a warrior. But I think it's interesting that now we're in an era where, a 4-week training camp isn't enough for a title fight. That's just weird to me. But I understand people having different opinions, but it's just that to me is I don't know.
And I'm almost sure Valentina would have the same power as Joanna does because of what she's done in her division.
What do you say?
No, and I interject on that part because I'm not giving an opinion, but I do know factually that fighters like Valentina, I'd even say I can even probably throw Cyborg in there a little bit, maybe even Holly Holm. They don't really have a whole lot of. They can go in there and say they don't like the
Valentina
contract.
doesn't have wiggle room.
They probably can go in there and say I don't like the contract agreement or I don't like the money. But as far as them, like, if they turn down a fight, they've been known to put people on the shelf for that. Like, they don't have that power. Like, usually it's just people like McGregor. Ronda Rousey could come back right now and demand, $1 million to fight whoever. And they would give it to her. Because they do everything. The UFC they real funny, man. They do it based on, like, money. And even Joanna, she can't go in there and say, I don't want to do this. I mean, you see what they did. She said no. I don't want this fight. So what did they do? They just found somebody else. They didn't even say, okay, well, let's just figure out what we can do in December. They told Joanna flat up, no. Okay, we get somebody else. Now, if it was Ronda Rousey, if that was Rousey, what they would have did? They would have been like, okay, well, how much you want? Listen, we can get you another pony if you're scared of Valentina. You want some baby wipes to wipe your ass. I mean, that's what they would have done for Rousey or McGregor. I mean,
Coach.
but you guys see all the stuff that they're doing for McGregor. Like, do you see the concessions that they made for him? Do you see the concessions they made for Ronda? Ronda didn't have to talk to the news media. Ronda didn't have to give out interviews that week. She didn't have to sign autographs. So, if you let Joanna and Valentina do some mess like that, man, they're going to be on their behind. They're going to be, telling them, man, that they ain't going to be headlining no more. I mean, that's just how it is. That's you
Your
know,
coach.
I don't think they got that wiggle room. I don't think Valentina. I don't think they got it. And
I don't
Valentina,
either.
she was offered that, and basically they told Valentina there is no December fight for you and Joanna.
Your
That's what. Hold
coach.
on. That's what they told her. Hold on, sir. That's what they told Valentina, and they told Joanna the same thing. And it's like, okay, here's this option. Okay, so what do you want to do? And so Joanna said no, and so they offered it to Sarge. See, if Joanna was really that big, man, they would have did whatever they could to make Joanna happy to make the fight. So that's it without me giving my opinion. But okay, so George, I think it is. Mary just got through saying something, so George, I think it's your turn. So you gotta give everybody time to talk.
Okay. Well, I just want to say this real quick that TJ just dropped that the breaking news that Felice Herrig just got cut.
Nah, TJ probably playing with us, man, because
He's trolling.
TJ has been known to do this to me, so I'm not finna get into it right now. I'm gonna check it though. I'm gonna check. You guys go ahead.
Yeah, yeah. But like I said, this if I mean, if JJ felt that she was special, like I remember when she had that fight with Tisha, she yelled to her Dana, "Happy birthday, boss!" And that's what I mean. That when you act like a company man, and the company thinks you are a company man, they feel like what, wherever offer we get them, they will take it. And when she feel like that, what, I'm a little bit more special. I shouldn't have to be taking that offer. But when DeMarcos was told, hey, you got to fight or you out of a job. Tanya Evans just say, hey, you want to come to UFC? You got to fight Cyborg. Listen, like the elders who fought the dude in Brazil. The guy had 2 days to get ready, and he still came and he fought, even though he only had 2 days. And the guy, even though he put up a good fight, he lost. He didn't have the time to get ready in 2 days. And the UFC don't care. They care about their bottom line and their money. And if they feel like somebody who they thought was a company person that say, hey, we can rely on you anytime we need you, you can come in and rely on you, they feel like that, then they will say, you know what, we can't rely on this person anymore.
But George,
okay, Stem.
Yeah.
here's the thing though. I don't think, especially because we as fans of the fight game, this company, etc., we can all make these observations about what we see from the outside looking in. I don't think there are particularly many fighters, at the top of any kind of division or whatever that are not aware of these same things that we are. I believe that all these fighters also know exactly what the UFC are like with their money, with their bottom line, and whatever else. Therefore, with Joanna now, the only difference between her and all of these other people that were put in tight spots, which benefited the UFC far more than it did any individual fighter, was that there was less consequence for Joanna to say no. There was far less of a downside. They wouldn't be in a tough spot, or she wouldn't be in a tough spot if she said no. If she gets benched or whatever, or if they don't treat her as nicely as they did, that's way less than not actually being able to put the lights on, or not being able to realize your dream of being in the biggest fight organization on the planet, or whatever the individual fighter's circumstance is. There wasn't a downside for her. That's why it was as easy as it was for her to say no, rather than say yes and drag her name further through the mud by not actually putting on as good a performance as she has done every other time.
Well, here's the thing is, Stamina. She's gonna pay one way or the other. We may not see it right away, right then, but they're gonna do something. Either they're gonna give her somebody that's not as a big attention getter like she used to be. They may not put her on her last fight was on
just Fox.
a fight night.
Hey, Stem.
And then there's a good chance that she might be put on a prelim. Was she on the, of course I can't remember, was she on the main event card of that fight night, or was she on the prelim?
That I don't remember.
I can't remember. Hey,
I want to know how many of these fighters that are super special and turned down. How many? I mean, did Megan Anderson look out for Leslie Jones? if she did, great. The Nico Montano, the Joanna Jedrzejczyk, I try to support these fighters, but I'm not a fighter, so it's not up to me to unionize and do stuff like that. How many of these fighters, Leslie Smith, how many of these fighters really went out there? They don't like getting screwed over. They don't like these BS contracts that the UFC does have. How many stepped up and said, Leslie Smith, I got your back? How many?
None.
Hey,
But they want to talk about contracts after. No, man, I'm not. I'm done with it. It's a messed up situation. But when people have the opportunity to fight, to stand up for people, you know what I mean? Like the people that were bullied, and we stood up for them. Well, now you have the opportunity to not get bullied by the UFC. How many people stood up with Leslie Jones and you in a sense? Sister, we got you.
Leslie Smith.
How many?
Smith.
Leslie Smith. I keep on saying Leslie Jones. Leslie Smith. How many?
I'm gonna ask.
No.
I want to ask Stamina. Hey, Stamina, but let me ask you. What was the last thing you said? Because I wanted to ask you a question about that. Dang, dude, you said something real good. Dang, can you remember what you said, man? Like the last thing you said, Stamina.
The very last thing I think is probably that there was less of a downside for Joanna than any of those other fighters, which is which is also the same reason why when this kind of injustice, for want of a better word, is done with regard to the flagrant disregard for contracts and whatever else, no one is going to stand up for someone like Joanna because of how privileged she's been in the past. Of all the injustices that have been done by the UFC to fighters, no one needs to speak up for Joanna. Joanna's nice.
Nice how?
Nice in terms of her situation, not her personality.
and that's the main point. And Stam, that's the main point. I'm in agreement with y'all when it comes to the UFC. When it comes to the UFC and their treatment, you guys know. Firsthand, I'm on your page when it comes to that. But it's like the fighters that really want to get into the octagon, that really want, and they're good fighters too. They're not. Oh, he's okay. She's okay, but he's not really. No, because people like to trash on Random Marcos and the Andrades and stuff like. Now Andrade's just now getting some respect. But the fighters that want to go out there and just die for opportunity, very few people come out and speak out for them. But Joanna Jedrzejczyk, like I said, she's a fighter. It's a rough life, but she's a fighter. I didn't drag her out of a cave in Sparta to get into this. This is the situation that she's in. Why should she be treated? Look, it is what it is. He has a great record at 115. Great record, great resume. I thought that was decent enough given the circumstances. See, I can see the circumstances. The circumstances at 125, she was given that shot.
And so I'm gonna say this. So like Valentina, she's like Rocky Balboa in Rocky 4. She's a fighter. That's all she knows. Yes, I gotta put in my film references. I got to, man. If you don't, you got me. If I don't do it
Every single time.
I think Mary needs to get in there.
Yeah. Come on, Mary.
So this is what we'll do. We're gonna let Mary in, and we'll start Mary off with like everybody get their closing thoughts in, because it's about that time. All right, Mary Thomas, go for it.
Who am I rebutting against? I don't really think they're saying anything that I disagree with. It really wasn't Joanna's fault that they had just decided to scrap everything and then go put something else. And Joanna, at the time Joanna was champion, she got better treatment and everything. And no, it's not fair. But only thing we can do about that, as fans, is to just get together and really start pushing to do it. We should have joined Leslie Smith. What was it, Leslie? It was Leslie Smith that tried starting it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, we can do that. As fans, we do have the privilege of doing that, and we do have the power. We need to find out how to use it and everything. I don't disagree with anything that they just said about the UFC. The UFC is very screwed up. Slowly, more and more each day, and with every card, they're starting to turn up more and more like boxing. And that is not at all a good thing. And I hope by the time Dana White stops being president that it doesn't just take a full 180 down the toilet. That's all I'm hoping for at this point. But no, Joanna did have special treatment. Now she lost it all. So it ain't much there to thrive off of now. She Gotta go work her butt up like everyone else.
Man, Mary Thomas always bring the heat, man. That's why man, every stream of Mary Thomas, it just get better and better, man. And she
She's the
said,
queen of
hold on,
shame.
and she said she don't know how to debate. Man, she a lie.
Mhm.
Mary, tremendous job, girl, tremendous job. I appreciate you, Mary, love you. Awesome things are coming, and I got that
Mary.
video that you requested. I will have that for you tomorrow morning, okay?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yes, I will do it, especially for you. Okay, George Page, let's get your final thoughts in with this whole deal. Then we'll go to my man Stamina.
Okay, my final thoughts is that the UFC is like anything. It's main concern is about the money and the profits. You don't care about the fighters. With Leslie Smith, she was trying to do something like if you all remember Jimmy Hoffa, he started unions where it made possible for that people had to work 20-hour days, 7 days a week, and those things. Even though when it started in good intentions, it's like anything started in good intentions gets corrupt, but it still works. And people are afraid to take a chance because it might hurt their bottom line or their pocket. But in the long run, it's better for you because you can write your own ticket. And companies like the UFC, Bellator, LFA, PLFL, all these other companies can't push you. Say, you know what, you got to do what we want you to do. But hey, you know what? I have my group with me, got some behind me. We're gonna make sure that you play fair. Also, I'm gonna say about Felice Herrig. I said again, she's somebody probably in the past. When she was young, she wasn't always a pretty girl, and I think she probably came up. He picked on her, and then now she feels that she's grown into what she is now. She just wants to be a little more. I think she should really take herself and put it aside. So you know what? I need to build myself as a better person. I can't think of myself as a body. I can't think of myself as this thing. You can't put yourself in the same position like Paige Van Zant or Rachel Oxtovich or some of these other girls that the UFC want to push as the next pretty thing they can put on market and sell. I mean, take yourself as a fighter. Khabib, I want to say like this, brother. I understand. I've been bullied before. But sometimes you gotta pull yourself back and hold yourself a little bit. But then what you had to do what you did because the fact was you have a situation where you have a company that's against you. You already got two strikes. You're Russian and you're Muslim.
Okay, and that's the legendary George Page. Guys, George Page makes videos. Go subscribe to the channel, George Page.
Yeah.
Okay,
Still working on them.
He's working on them. Okay,
Yeah.
guys, we're gonna go to my man Stamina MC. Stamina, sir. Thank you for coming on today.
Yeah, hope it was helpful. Hope it was of some use to people.
Yeah.
My final thoughts, I guess, are that irrespective of any other thing that a fighter may say or do, any kind of image that they may portray, ultimately they are in this for their own ends, for their own goals, achievements, whatever else. I'm quietly confident that if you were to ask Valentina her preference, I'm sure she would have rather have fought Joanna than to have fought Sajara. However, if it's a choice between fighting or not fighting, she's going to fight. Therefore, she probably chose not to argue the case for I'd prefer to fight Joanna. She'll take the fight in November and that'll be the end of it. Therefore, someone like Joanna, by the same token, is going to be like, yeah, okay, I'm not going to do this because irrespective of what I may have said or what image I may have presented whereby people have an expectation of me or whatever, this new deal, this second deal, after me already accepting one anyway, this second deal doesn't actually work for me because no one's actually thinking about me when they offer me this, which has not been evidenced more clearly than by virtue of the UFC supposedly still looking for a main event for 230 anyway. So she would have been putting herself through discomfort and whatever else to not even be given the initial kind of respect that was presented to her as being, because it's not even going to be main event anymore. So she probably made the right decision to not do it anyway. So yeah, everyone for themselves ultimately, and all the rest of the stuff is for the birds.
Okay, that was Stamina MC. And finally, last but not least, Mr. General Africa.
Hey, thanks, Coach, man. Hey, it's always a good talk, man. I think sometimes, people when you hear debate, it's like, oh, like I don't really like the word, but I mean, in a way it is, but like it's really just we just talking, man, passionate discussion or whatnot. So nobody has to worry about any of that. But I like Samina said, one for all, or everybody for themselves. I don't feel like I owe Joanna too much, when it comes down to it.
No way.
I don't really like her, but I have done a video on her. So Coach does tons of videos on her. So I mean, what more do I owe Joanna Jedrzejczyk more than that? I mean, if she's doing what she says she's going to do, then I will celebrate that and I'll promote that. My only thing that was really holding me on when it came to Jedrzejczyk was the fact that she would fight somebody. If she said she was ready to fight somebody, she would do it. I have to take somebody at their word, given practicality aside. Yeah, and that line varies. I drew the line. Okay, I'm not going for that. It's going to be different for different people, but I can't hold you to anything other than that. And I mean, Mary brought up a good thing about us fans. We could do that, but I mean, look, they're the ones. They're in that bit. It's up to them. We have our own lives. We have our own jobs, our own careers. Yeah, it's good to support that, and we are doing that right now. We're doing that, but where are these people? Look, people talk about Joanna Jedrzejczyk. She's a draw. She is. She has, she's great resume. She's a big name. Why hasn't she used? If she cares so much about people's contracts, why has she spoken out for Leslie Smith? And if she hasn't, why not? And I'm serious about that when I say that, because people want everybody to come to, hey, look at me, they're doing me wrong. But George put up a funny comment, Tyron Woodley, and it was funny just making a joke about it, but that's for real. Whenever Tyron Woodley speaks out, oh, it's just Tyron, he's whining and stuff like that. Oh, Jedrzejczyk, oh, Jedrzejczyk. I'm just messing around. I know you guys are doing. That's what I'm saying. But it's like with Jedrzejczyk now, it's like, everybody's like, it's such a travesty, and I don't like what's going on. But I just have to be consistent. I'm not gonna put myself on the line and just trust that she'll do it. When they get into the octagon, then that's when. Okay. And with Jedrzejczyk now, with me, it's like, well, here it goes. That's it. Thanks for having me on, Coach.
Man, well, guys, I just want to thank you. We're gonna close it off with that. I want to thank everybody for coming on. Thank you, Stamina, for providing the balance for Mary, so you two can go back and forth. It was nice, man. Y'all did a great job. It was a really good debate, and I'm pretty sure, man, we're gonna debate some more. We're gonna debate more on this, because it's not gonna go away. I give Bojangles hell, so it's not going away, guys. But thank you, thank y'all
There
for
is
coming
one
in.
more thing I wanted to say
Go ahead.
about the UFC thing.
You got it, Mary.
I feel like Valentina really is the only victim in this entire thing. Because as with everything that has happened between Nico to Joanna to Eubanks and everything, the girl just wants to fight. Fighting is her heart. Fighting is her passion. She's put her life into this, and because of her skill level and what people have observed from it and what she's proven to be and all her potential and everything, she can't have that like everyone else, because not everybody is built of the same. Not everybody has the same size testicles. So no, yeah, I hope this division does get better, and more people will come out and start, calling out Valentina. We'll have provisions for Valentina. Just it'll come soon. But as for right now, I do feel bad about Valentina, and I'm happy that she's finally going to get a fight against somebody that doesn't care, that's actually going to step in. And Sajara should have been fighting from the start anyway, because she was one of the winners of the tough semi-finale. So I'm glad that Sarge is finally getting to fight, and I'm glad that Val is finally getting to fight, and I hope that they get better and better. I hope this division thrives like the bantamweight did, at least before Amanda Nunes became champion. No shade again, but yeah, that's it. Like I see a lot of good things coming for Valentina in this. She's worked hard all her life, and all her hard labor will come to fruition.
That's a great point by
Good
Mary.
points, Mary. Great points.
I've,
Well,
Yeah,
guys,
I've got
good job.
one more thing I can squeeze in if possible. Just one
all
more
right.
We
thing.
gotta let Stamina squeeze in a quick one.
Yeah,
Okay,
come on,
real-
come on.
real-
I
real
appreciate it.
quick,
I
man, 'cause
appreciate it. I appreciate it.
Okay,
Um,
Come on, Mike.
after
I
Stamina,
just
we gotta cut
I just
it
want the record to clearly reflect that I don't like Joanna. So and I feel like no, I really don't. Like
I thought it was Bojangles check now. We can
no.
What he's
No,
doing.
it is. We'll have our. It's because it's not a jovial conversation.
Yeah,
right now.
exactly.
But I don't like her. I really don't. But I feel like that gives me a bit more objectivity with stuff like this because I don't want good things for her. But I'm still able to say I don't think she is as much of an idiot as you guys think of her.
I think she is.
Okay, fine. Also, the slight shame in all of this, just for my personal and maybe yours as well, kind of viewpoint, is that it's almost a shame that Sijara actually got this fight because now, with Sijara being ranked number 4 and Nico being still ranked 2, those guys could actually fight each other the same way that Nico really wanted to this entire time. She could have that fight now because it makes sense from a divisional perspective as well. But alas, it's not to be.
I think they'll put
Nico don't get no more opportunity. She done, okay?
And they-
Nico's done. Stick a fork in her. Guys,
they'll probably
guys,
put
it's
they'll
time.
put
It's
Kate-
time.
they'll put Kathy-
It's time.
Caitlin Kuchar.
Coach
It's time.
has a house.
Yeah,
Coach has a,
It's time.
Coach has a house. He has a girl.
It's time.
He has a job. Coach has to
time.
get
Yeah,
out
he
of
gotta go
this.
It's time.
sleep.
It's time. Okay,
Yeah.
guys. Thank you. Thank you for coming on. Appreciate it.
I appreciate
guys,
it.
we'll try
Thank
to
you so
jump
much,
on here
guys.
Thanks,
tomorrow.
Coach.
Happy
We get
Columbus
going
Day.
again. Okay, it's time. It's time. Thank you, everybody, for coming in. Y'all are awesome. Appreciate it. Good night, everybody. Yes.
Good night.
Good night,
Good
guys.
Happy Columbus
night.
Day to